Hello everyone and welcome back to more of Anime Villainous's Tournament Arc 2026. Last time we had D. Gessner versus Saltjar, where D. Gessner came out on top with a 2-0 victory. And today, surprisingly enough, because schedules worked out this way, we're going to be doing the battle right above them in the bracket. Today will be DrQuantum versus Azurehorizon, so whoever wins this, we'll know, is going up against D. Gessner in round 2 when we get around to that. So very exciting. The first two games we immediately get to learn what a round 2 matchup is going to be. So without any further ado, let's get into this match. Okay, and so here we go with the second game of Tournament Arc 2026, still in round 1, of course, after last game, which was Saltjar and D. Gessner. We actually have D. Gessner here judging this game between DrQuantum and Azure, which I probably covered all that in the bracket video already. I'm looking forward to this one. We're going to see the roll. Game's getting underway. It is going to be DrQuantum who wins the roll, so he will be our starting player. Let's see what he pulls out here. Who is he going to be banning out the gate? Quantum and Azure have both gotten really far in previous tournament arcs in previous years. So this is going to be a really good game, I hope. We're going to see a Toguro ban right out the gate. Toguro saw a lot of play in qualifiers. I hope we get to see some Toguro games in Tournament Arc proper now, but he saw a lot of games in qualifiers. So I think that there are definitely some players who know that other players have been maining Toguro or at least using him a lot and don't want to see him show up again. Who is Azure? Azure, by the way, is Outlast Duo. If you see at the top right, there is his Steam name, but that's Azurehorizon. He's going to be banning Yaldabaoth. Okay. Toguro and Yaldabaoth bans. Not bans that you would typically expect to see, I feel like. I don't know that well what DrQuantum is really known for playing. He got to 3rd place in Tournament Arc last year. You think I would remember, but I don't remember all that well. I know that Azure played a lot of Crocodile back in the day, and I think he played a good bit of Loxus, but I'm not sure who he favors. I haven't been able to get in matchmaking and into competitive games with people in the community all that much in the past few months. I've been so busy, so I'm a little out of the loop on people's usual go-tos and whatnot. We see that, I think that was Quantum. Yeah, it's Quantum because the green magnifying glass is Azure. Quantum has already chosen who his villain will be for this first game. Like I said, these two players are very experienced. They've been in Annaville's competitive scene for a long time, so they're taking a lot of thought. I'm sure a good bit of thought went into these bans. Banning Yaldabaoth really makes me wonder what Azure's pick is here, because it seems like he probably wants to pick someone that Yaldabaoth is really good into. Satella? Yeah, Yaldabaoth would be pretty good into Satella, I would think. It's going to be Satella into Griffith. Griffith is another one like Toguro. Saw a lot of Griffith in qualifiers. Griffith, Ainz, and Toguro, I think, were 3 of the most used in qualifiers. So, not surprised to be seeing a lot of them. This is our second Griffith game we're getting to witness already. So, this is going to be Satella versus Griffith. This is a bit of an interesting matchup. It's really going to depend, I think, on Griffith's mid to late game, how smoothly it goes for him, because theoretically it's also going to depend on how quickly Azure can potentially get guts onto the top fate to try and lock down the battlefield top fate on Griffith, because Satella doesn't do well with getting early fate spam, but once Satella gets like 2 loops into Subaru, which becomes usable, Satella's brokens give more power. Satella has a lot more motion in general. So it becomes a lot easier for Satella to try and rush closing out the game, whereas Griffith in the mid to late game typically loses a lot of fate pressure, which means that Satella can easily eke out that 3rd token and get the final Subaru kill. We're going to see Griffith going straight to battlefield, throwing down Reinhard, immediately covering Sanctuary, wanting to try and nip any early Subaru kills in the bud. Sanctuary is a good place to cover. A little surprised about not covering Tea Party out the gate. We are going to see Azure. Okay, this is an interesting angle to take. Azure is just going to go to Nostra. Went to Nostra when he had a free Great Rabbits play and Tea Party. Very interesting. I'm surprised he didn't go to Tea Party throughout the Rabbits or Miley, because he had 1 power, and and do his discarding to try and fish early for guts, or maybe even a demise of a dream to hit Griffith with, maybe catch an early challenge. But getting some early power built up, there's... Make sure I'm not lying. I don't play a ton of Satella. There's no power loss heroes or any power loss cards other than Puck. But Puck, Satella decides when Puck triggers, essentially, in Satella's Fate deck. So getting some early powers, Satella will really give Azure some strong motion. He'll be able to do a lot of stuff like get White Whale out, play some of those 2-cost allies, play like Cowardice to do movement, stuff like that. So pretty worthwhile to go to Nostra early if you can afford to. And we do see Puck here immediately, which is really funny. It's going to be Puck on Reinhard. Okay, I see what you're going for there. Also, we did also see that Quantum threw out Slan. Of course, it's Slan. That's going to force a Sanity slipping, or a Slanity slipping, as we call it, needing to be played on her because of how powerful her ability is. We're going to see Azure. He's going to go take that Tea Party turn now since Felix wasn't played to cover it. And it is going to be Sanity slipping in Casca. I was about to say, honestly, Casca is easily killed here because there are no challenges out yet. You probably do just take the Slan kill. That essentially costed Quantum 2 power and a play a card, which is pretty important to Griffith. And Slan is the most important ally for Griffith, really. Void, of course, and Ubik and Conrad are all useful, but Slan is the only one with a powerful passive that just sticks around. And we are going to see that early White Whale straight onto Subaru. We could definitely... I think this is a kill on Subaru here. Or no, I think he's short 1 strength. Ooh, double through heck. That is the second time in Tournament Arc we've seen that, isn't it? Didn't this... Wait, do we have a Satella game in Salt Jar versus D-Gessner? No. They didn't do Satella, did they? This is bad. That game happened like 2 days ago. How have I already forgotten? We're going to see the through heck just move Subaru away from all the allies. That makes sense. No. It wasn't Subaru. It was, I think it was Loxus that we saw like the double whiff fate on. No. It was Oculus. It was Oculus getting double human emotion. We do see My Castle played, which just doesn't trigger anything because there are no heroes out. And then we're going to see a Fate putting out Corcus onto Battlefield. Moving Subaru out of the... it was Oculus. I don't know why I'm so fixated on that. Moving Subaru out of Roswell Manor, on one hand, it gets him away from all these allies where a kill was nearly set up. I think that Miley was 3, White Whale was 3, Subaru 7, so it was 1 off. But, it does open up Roswell Manor, and man, does Satella love having that gain 1 Vanquish there. That's really strong for her. And we are going to see an I Love You, so just 1 hero move card or a double Terrible Fate will allow a Subaru kill here. We're going to see Quantum. Also, Corcus went to Tower of Rebirth, taking away that gain 3. It looks like Azure is planning to go low Fate pressure, try and rush his objective, try and get that first token or 2, which I think is the right thing to do. He really wants to get through the first 2 tokens, really, but at least the first token before Griffith starts to get into his weak state. So trying to get a really early kill on Subaru here by not worrying about Fate pressure when Griffith is high strength and can easily destroy any heroes around, probably the right call. I think that's a good angle to take with it. We're going to see Garfield played to Roswell Manor. That does mean that Miley and White Whale are both 2 strength right now, and Subaru would be 4 if he was at Garfield, so this could still be a move into... We're going to see the pro gamer move, as we call it. It's what we in QA call that, as a pro gamer move using Satella's ability. He could still get the kill on Subaru here at the cost of giving Subaru 2 strength if he has, like, Cowardice or something into a Terrible Fate. Double Terrible Fate would be the best thing for him here. He, unfortunately, if he does find a way to kill Subaru, Reinhard plus Puck, no matter how that plays out, will end up taking away any power and ending his turn, so he won't be able to gain any power. Okay, we're gonna see he had 1 power, I think, and he paid the 1 for Elsa, and now he can gain 3, or was he at 0 and he had to spend 3 there? I don't know. I'm deciding not to do Elsa. I mean, if you had 1 power, you play Elsa here. Gonna play Elsa to Reinhard, potentially looking to kill Reinhard instead. Playing Regulus to Tea Party? I mean, you can't put him at where Garfield is, so... We're going to see a Terrible Fate going to move over. Oh, he just wants Regulus to die here to make Great Rabbit stronger. I see what's happening. So he's gonna kill Reinhard here. That's going to get rid of Going to get rid of Reinhardt and Puck. Regulus and Miley both go away, and then he has the 1 power to keep White Whale alive, so that White Whale isn't discarded, so that means Great Rabbits gets up to 4 here, only 1 strength away from being able to kill Subaru, and that gets Reinhardt and Puck out of play. But unfortunately, Quantum still has Battlefield open, so he can just keep putting on Fate Pressure and putting out hero after hero. Rem and Ram together. I mean, you just play Rem. Rem is just better than Ram. Just depends on where you want to put Rem at. Yeah, just straight into Sanctuary. Makes sense. Then we're going to see a Vivid Nightmare. Rem is a little unfortunate. Rem or Amelia is probably the ones that Azure really didn't want to see here, because with Rem out, he really can't afford to try and go for the Subaru kill now, because Subaru would get a lot of strength as a result. We're going to see a terrible fate. He's going to use White Whale to kill Rem. Ooh, does he have another terrible fate here? He has one more terrible fate. Or does he have... Oh, Cowardice does it. Okay, that worked out really well for Azure. So now the Rabbits at 6 and Subaru at 5, thanks to I Love You, just able to eke out that Subaru kill, managed to kill Rem first at the cost of White Whale. Garfield is going to give Subaru +1 strength, which is not very much. Honestly, most times you're okay with taking a Subaru kill so long as it doesn't give him more than 2 strength. You usually want it to be 1 or 0. 1 is about as best as you can hope for, especially with so much high-level Fate Pressure. That was some good early draws for Azure. He got good timing on his allies and got the allies he needed. And that early going to Nostra did work out for him, having that bit of extra power to afford like getting White Whale out early and whatnot. That worked out for him pretty well. We're going to see a Brand here to do the gain 3 and then play out White Falcon and just kill Corcus and get Corcus out. I wonder, has Quantum just not been drawing any challenges? Has he been having some bad Griffith deck order here? Or has he maybe been holding out a bit to try and keep some early strength? There's Guts. You got to put Guts on the top fade here. Now that you've got 1 hit on Subaru and you've got Petal Goose out, or however you say his name, now is the perfect time, and a Brand has gone by, now is the perfect time to weaken Griffith's Fate Pressure. We're going to see a Brand and a Vivid Nightmares go back in. So Quantum is planning to try and really keep Fate Pressure up, to try and keep Satella down, even as Satella gets into this next loop. We are going to see an Amelia off the top. It's a good Amelia. That means that Subaru won't be dying anytime soon. Honestly, I could have seen playing Amelia to Roswell there just for the sake of... she can't die to Witch. She's 1 above Witch, just for the sake of taking away that gain 1 there. But also, of course, covering the top fate is always pretty good. Now, Quantum, because the top fate is covered, he's guaranteed 1 more gain 3 turn. We're going to see the Elsa play and then the gain 3 and just some discarding from Azure. His hand must not be that great. And now we will see Quantum get a lot of power, and it looks like it's going to be Void. If he has another 2-cost card in hand, like, he doesn't have Slan, but if he has, nah, to be a challenge. So I don't know that I was thinking if maybe he could, like, play Betrayed with Void here and then get down to 0 power, but doesn't seem that'll, I don't think he has the cards that would let him do that. But I think he's got to get a challenge out here. Subaru, not having a single challenge out, and Subaru is already at 1 done. It's going to be alone. And then just throwing out a Demon Horde. Honestly, sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. Honestly, I could have seen choosing Empty here, knowing that I had a Demon Horde to throw out. We're going to see a terrible fate and then just have Elsa plus Petal Goose kill Amelia, get that top fate open, and then move Petal Goose right back. Pretty slick move. This is a really good Satella game thus far. You got to demise here. You got to demise here. If you catch a challenge here, you get some insane... Ooh, yeah, you sure hit some. Doesn't really matter which one of the 2 you play here because the other one is going to get played by... Oh, there was a White Falcon earlier. I missed the White Falcon play. So that's 2 power, so a net gain of 1 power overall there for Quantum. But with Subaru already at 1 token, just any amount of playing any challenges is good for Azure. There's Empty and another Demon Horde, so that Empty is already set to be discarded unless a Sanity Slipping comes in to probably target Void or Conrad. We are going to see Azure go back over to Roswell, gain a power, must not have a bunch of cards to play. Rickert and Demise of a Dream. Did not catch another challenge. Did get rid of one of the brands, though. That's really good for Quantum, because if Azure had caught a second challenge there, it wouldn't have been impossible, but it would have been really hard to come back from. We're going to see Miley thrown down here. This is 3 total strength on Subaru, who is an 8 strengther, so needs 5 more to go. That's going to take 2 ally plays to get up to 5 strength on Azure's end, or a 3 strength ally end. I love you. Empty is discarded because we have an ally at every location. Discarding a Demon Horde, huh? And then doing a Vivid Nightmare. You probably putting back in Brand and Vivid. I understand he's doing this to keep his fate pressure really high, but honestly, with this board state, I might have kept that Demon Horde in hand and thrown back in Empty after getting rid of Empty. You're in a great spot. Julius here to kill Miley is really good. That gets another hero on board and gets rid of Miley, who is a really strong, quick build-up strength-wise. Basically means every ally counts for 1 more strength. It is going to be the Daphne plus Petal Goose combo here, so that would have absolutely been a dead Subaru if Julius hadn't come into play, so that was really clutch for Quantum. Going to see Pippin to cover that top gain 3. Yeah, I feel like I probably would have put back in Empty, because Empty is so easily discarded here, and then hope to draw back into it quickly and get another challenge out quick, because Quantum is at -3 strength, so without using like Idea of Evil's Will or something, he already can't kill Pippin. He really needs to, and we're going to see a Brand turn here, he really needs to get out his other 3 challenges like ASAP. He needs to like just gun through them really fast, because I think what he has to do at this point as Griffith, we're going to see Beatrice put at Roswell here. Taking away the gain 1 and the Vanquish to protect Subaru is good, but honestly, I don't think I'd put Beatrice here, because if Azure gets a single ally, then that's a free Beatrice kill, because you just put an ally at Nostra. He doesn't really have to worry about immediately putting an ally here, because he has the strength. He must not have had an ally or didn't want to fish for one, or he just has the kill on Subaru and is... Okay, he just has the kill on Subaru and is willing to give Subaru 2 strength here. That's probably for the best. I feel like if he didn't have an ally in hand and he didn't want to risk trying to kill Beatrice by having an ally to play to Nostra, because he needed a 1-cost ally or a 0-cost ally as well, then I understand that. He would have had to have hoped for a good draw to get the kill on her. 2 strength on Subaru. 10 strength Subaru on 2 loop isn't that bad. He has gotten to the 2nd loop really fast, which is really good for him. We're going to see a Guilty come out here. That is the 3rd challenge that Quantum has played. Not doing it... Okay, I was about to say, not doing it while at Marsh is an interesting decision, but he is going to go to Marsh now. He's really got to start... He's not going to be able to pay for Guilty. Not this turn, at least. He does really need to also look at discarding these challenges pretty quickly, because he's going to need to be drawing back into them really quick. Ooh, Julius here is really unfortunate. This is a very unfortunate pull for Quantum. A Julius with no targets on board. That's very good for Azure. This has been a very strong Satella game. And then Sekhmet into the 3rd loop immediately. This has been a very strong Satella shuffle for Azure. His deck shuffle really rewarded him for that aggressive early gameplay. He decided, ooh, we're seeing just the play at Mercenary Camp and not gaining anything, probably because he wants to go play a challenge at Tower of Rebirth next turn and discard his hand to get rid of Betrayed, I imagine. Wouldn't surprise me. He's only got 1 more challenge to go, and I think it's Tempted. Tempted is the only challenge he has left, because there are 4 here, there are 6 total, and we know that Empty is in the discard, because I don't believe he shuffled it back in. We are going to see Satella's Villain ability here, and then back to Nostra. I usually don't see Satella players go to Nostra this much. Maybe I need to pick back up Satella and start going to Nostra a little bit more. It's working really well. Azure has been a little on the lucky side. His deck order has been very nice to him for the super aggressive playstyle, but he's done it very well. He's done the aggressive playstyle very well, and I think into this matchup, that's the right way to do it. You kind of have to play hyper aggressive, because you can't, unless you get a lucky early guts, you can't really challenge Griffith's fate pressure very much. So just getting that first loop done while tanking Fates and trying to like cover Tower of Rebirth and whatnot, or just using Sanity Slipping like Azure did, I think was the way to go. We're going to see another, not another challenge played. We're going to see a Fate playing Reinhardt here. Covering Roswell, I think, is probably the play here. Block that extra Vanquish and gain one. But so we're going to see Guilty paid for, actually, at Marsh. Going to Martian, paying the 5, and then discarding his hand to get Betrayed out. Must not have... Maybe he didn't draw Tempted, so he didn't have the option to do Tower of Rebirth. Or maybe his... Did he have too much power? I thought he was at 2. Oh, okay, I see what happened. He ended up gaining the 2 because he decided he was going to do... I see what happened. We're going to see a Carmilla play to move Reinhardt into Sanctuary, open up the Vanquish, and then Miley, with 2 allies out, and I think she had +1 from Sekhmet anyway, is able to get the kill. These guys are playing so fast. It's my fault. I'm commentating slow. Sorry, my brain isn't at max speed yet for some reason. I gotta pick it up. We're seeing here that Azure is figuring out what those 4 cards in hand are. One of them must be Tempted, so he's going to go for a Demise. Oh, that's going to hit Tempted. That's very bad. That is very, very unlucky for Quantum. Now he has to reshuffle into one of the other 3, and also he has Tempted out, which means drawing is going to be that much harder. That really sucks. That really sucks. That makes a huge difference. There's basically no Fate Quantum wanted to see less than that. That could honestly be killer. That could be if not a game decider, just like a really, really pivotal moment, because now instead of getting to go to Mercenary Camp and play Tempted and then enter Showdown the following turn, barring a rescued Fate, now instead he has to reshuffle, and he is just, honestly, this is the right thing to do. He's just going to gain 2 so that he can play the challenge from any location, assuming a Rickert doesn't come out, and get a 4th challenge into the shuffle. He needs as many challenges in the shuffle as he can. Honestly, I could have seen a world of going to Battlefield and discarding Void and Demon Horde and just gaining 1 to get rid of Alone as well. We're going to see a Typhon play to kill Subaru. Not enough on Typhon and another ally to be able to also kill Reinhardt, but he's just going to let Subaru have the +1 because it doesn't really matter. This is definitely Azure's game to lose. This has been a super strong Satella. Very strong Satella game. Subaru is at 11, technically at 9 strength, because I Love You does need to be played on him in Showdown to avoid his ability from triggering. We're going to see Quantum go over to Marsh. Did he draw a challenge off the... He did not, because he's just playing My Castle. Very unfortunate. Probably wants to try and get a hero to cover Roswell here to try and force the gain 3 at Nostra, or a gain 3 by playing Broken, so that he can get a full sweep on Pippin, Jadot, and Guts. Jadot's locational, right? Yeah. So that he can get a full sweep on all 3 of these heroes on losing strength. He's going to get Amelia, and he is actually just going to cover Tea Party. I don't hate that. Obviously, you want to like slow down Fate pressure a bit, but honestly, I don't think you getting Fated more really matters at this point. I probably would have covered Roswell to try and, again, make that My Castle stronger. And also just to take away the power gain at the Fate in general. Because, again, Roswell Manor is really strong for Satella when it's uncovered. That 1 power is deceptively useful. Oh, did they mess up the clock? What are they doing? All right, we're good. We're good. It looks like we're good. So there's the My Castle trigger, and then we're going to see Corcus and Sanity slipping. Yeah, just put Corcus at Pippin. Jadot is already over here, so you can't do the worst case scenario for Griffith when it comes to heroes is Jadot, Corcus, and Pippin all together at one spot. But Corcus and Pippin together is still really, really difficult to deal with. And we are going to see a great Rabbits thrown at Subaru to hopefully start sucking up some strength over time to eventually kill him. We're going to see a Battlefield Brand. You probably move Conrad over and discard... Discarding Void doesn't help you very much now because the reshuffle already happened, but Demon Horde and Conrad, getting rid of them just to get Alone out of there, probably worthwhile. We are going to see a Worth Fighting For, taking away that play a card at Subaru's location. That is out until Subaru dies, of course, because it only works while he's a hero. Moving Void to the left, looking to do some Vanquishes on them. You're not going to be getting any Vanquishes out while Alone is in play. Maybe he has a Demon Horde or Ubik even for when he goes to Marsh or something to put an ally down there and discard him there. We're going to see Satella use her ability because all she needs to do right now is shuffle for I Love You. Ooh, and another early Sekhmet. This has been a really high-roll Satella game. And Azure has made very strong use of it. And then we are going to see Envious, so Azure's hand size is 7 now. And it's going to be Betrayed and immediate discarding of Betrayed here. Losing a Vivid Nightmares is unfortunate, especially at 0 power. Are you gonna get rid of Alone here as well? I'd probably get rid of Alone here as well, to be honest. I would have moved that Demon Horde and moved Conrad into the Demon Horde and got rid of Alone. Letting Alone sit here, you're risking Void getting killed by Sanity Slipping before you can use him to murder someone, potentially. Namely, Guts. We're going to see Azure go over to Roswell Manor. Gain 1, and then what are we we're going to see an Obsession thrown down. Who are you obsessed with? Probably Void. He's going to be used for a Vanquish, or he's going to get hit by a Sanity Slipping. One or the other. He might get hit by Sanity Slipping right now. That's a Sanity Slipping. Gonna play Casca, though. Take away that gain 1 and discard. Probably for the best, I think. Assuming, it depends on what's in his hand. If he had a really good Obsession target, I might have triggered Obsession there, to be honest. Yeah, you already played Obsession, buddy. Can't also play Elsa. We are going to see the Femto here. So Griffith has made it to Showdown. The Showdown token is very messed up. We're going to see Garfield and Rem. Probably play Rem just because she's a 3-strengther, to be honest. I would cover Nostra. He's double covering because there might be an uncover with, like, Cowardice, so that's fair. I probably still would have covered Nostra. Hope he just doesn't have an uncover tool and block that other discard. Because, I mean, gaining 3, playing 2 cards, and discarding his hand. He heard me? He heard me? I still don't... This isn't a bad play, because a good turn for Azure is going here, like, playing Cowardice and then discarding his hand for I Love You. So, I don't hate it. I just feel like I probably would have covered Nostra, personally. And it is going to be the gain 3 with My Castle, so that is very, very good for Azure. He gets to put one on Casca, put one on Guts, and put one on Pippin. Gets them all down a lot lower. Pippin is back to being 4 strength despite Corcus. We don't have the +1 strength challenge out. Sekhmet and Echidna. Ooh. Very strong. If I was Azure, I would be discarding that entire hand if it doesn't say I Love You. We're going to see Lai over at Tea Party with a +2. This has been a very strong Satella game. He should be discarding this entire hand if he didn't have I Love You. And the fact that he didn't play I Love You means that he doesn't have it. The one thing that could screw him now is I Love You being the bottom card on this deck. So if I were Azure, I would be taking every discard fully if I could. Except for maybe, like, Typhon. If I had Typhon. We're going to see a Demon Horde play and then just a gain 2. Not much else Quantum can do right now. Going to go over here and see a gain 1. Oh, he's doing that. He always fates first. I usually take my turns first and then fate. Unless I know that my turn is going to depend on if I, like, cover a top fate or something. We are going to see the Sanity Slipping. So he is going to get a free ally play here. Who's it going to be? All right, Betelgeuse. And he's going to go up to 3 because Sekhmet and Echidna are disgusting. 2 cards that can only exist together because Satella has to reset her board 3 times. And then Betelgeuse is going to get the kill, and that's going to give Rabbits +3 because of Echidna as well. And then Betelgeuse will replay himself. Oh, yeah, and Sekhmet gets +2 because of Lai, because Lai triggers on Betelgeuse. And Andy triggers on Rem as well. Right. And then Betelgeuse replays himself. This is disgusting to look at. This is an insanely strong Satella game. I have not seen a Satella game this powerful in... I can't even remember, man. I can't even remember. Oh, my goodness. Daphne is played, triggers Betelgeuse discarding and replaying, which triggers Lai and Great Rabbits again. This is disgusting. He already did his Vanquish this turn, so he can't kill Amelia. I'm going to put the extra +2 on Betelgeuse to have Betelgeuse kill Amelia later, probably, it looks like. What a disgusting Satella game. Holy cow. I want to make it clear that this is abnormal. You don't normally see Satella go this insane. We're going to see a Demonic Visitation. This almost certainly means that Quantum will get a challenge in hand and get back up to 2 strength. Unfortunately, he still gets -3 strength while clashing, so he really needs to get another minus token on Guts soon to get rid of Abandon so that he can start punching people. Getting rid of the Ceaseless Tortures, the rest of those cards in his hand must be pretty good. Getting rid of Slan? What are those other 3 cards? Yeah, getting rid of Slan and then discarding Tempted to get his strength back. And then I don't think we've seen a Fate yet. That was Demonic Visitation for the play and then ability to discard Tempted. Alone and Abandoned both being here really neuters. Really, really... Oh, he's debating keeping Slan or not. He is in the end. It looks like he's going to give up Slan and keep Vivid Nightmares and whatever that other card is. I assume it's another challenge. Then we'll see the Fate. There's Krush. You play Krush here because it's a hero, and also because you might be able to snag I Love You out of his hand. You're going to see the Krush play. He does not have I Love You. 3 Brokens. What a hand. He's getting rid of the terrible fates to stop the easy open of the top fate, but honestly, like, I guess he should, because otherwise he gets to go discard his hand there as well. But if he doesn't have terrible fate this turn, he's just going to go to Nostra, gain 3, play 2 cards, and he's going to play those Brokens to draw 3 and then discard everything that isn't I Love You. The problem with Krush Krush is really good early in the game. In the showdown portion of the game, Krush is risky because you might shuffle him back into I Love You just like that. So now he gets to play I Love You, gain 3. He doesn't have to worry about discarding out his whole hand anymore. And we're going to see a Carmilla play to put Amelia into the pile. This game is literally 1 Typhon away from being over. Typhon, go to Roswell, have 2 power, play Typhon. He's discarding his hand to try and get Typhon too. If he draws Typhon here, then that's game on board. Typhon just sweeps the whole thing because she gets +2 strength as well. And it looks like there's no brand into a Fate. So if he drew Typhon, that's game. I think it's game either way. I really don't think that Quantum can bring this back fast enough. That was an incredibly strong Satella game and piloted very well by Azure as well. I think that his risky play of low fate, high focus on like gaining power and play cards in the early game really, really worked in his favor. He was able to get that first token out relatively quickly. We're going to see an Eclipse play here, which is very strong. Going to get everyone down low, and it's going to be able to get rid of Abandoned. So that is very good for Quantum, but I think, unfortunately, it's a day late and $1 short. You probably take the 3 off of Guts here to get rid of Abandon because you need to kill Pippin soon, and Pippin's at 5. Gonna take it off of Pippin. Again, I don't think it really matters, but now you're 3 strength away from being able to punch him, and you need to get Corcus out of here. Typhon? You drew Typhon. That's game. What an insane Satella game. That was really good. I'm not sure that there's too much more that Quantum could have done better to try and get this through. He did get into Showdown. He's got 2 strength back. Only Alone is out. I feel like maybe he could have tried earlier to do less fate pressure when it was obvious that Azure was trying to objective rush, and he could have tried to objective rush himself. But I think I didn't see every card he discarded and whatnot, but I think Quantum did get a little unlucky early on with no challenges. I don't think he had any challenges in his first like 10 cards, so he couldn't really start rushing very well, it seemed like. But them's the breaks. That's how it goes sometime. But great games from both players. The first game is going to go to Azure, and so we will be going to game 2 very shortly here, assuming I don't get a message about them needing a minute to step away. It doesn't look like I'm getting a message. They're probably just talking out the game a little bit and how the game went. If they don't get to it pretty quick here. Okay, there we go. They know that I'm recording. They know that we gotta get the thing on the road. They can talk about the game when it goes live. They can watch it back and critique themselves and chat, et cetera, et cetera. That's what the video is, or one of the reasons the video is there. We go and okay, they're bringing it down here. So Quantum lost the first game, so he is the starting player. I think he was the starting player in the first one as well, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to see Quantum get to ban first again. Yeah, it was Quantum who was the starting player. My memory is getting even worse in my old age. I've always had a bad memory, and you know, they always say memory is the first thing to go, and bro, it's only going more. It's only getting worse. It looks like a draft card was accidentally left aside, and it looks like that draft card is what Quantum wanted to ban. It's just going to be Togro and Yaldabaoth both being banned again. They're running back the same bans. I guess Quantum must have been playing... I got to go look at the stats from qualifiers. Was Quantum throwing out a lot of Yaldabaoths in qualifiers? Azure and Quantum are both very active in matchmaking. They might have just played against each other's Yaldabaoth Togro a lot and don't want to see it. We are going to see Azure's Loxus. Loxus is a very good character to pick when you're being counterpicked. Queen Beryl? Queen Beryl? Ooh, baby. Okay, I'm very interested to see how this game goes. I feel like it actually kind of favors Loxus a little bit, but also if Quantum can get some strong early fates, if Quantum can like pull out a relatively early Natsu to put on the top fate, or just hit some early 4-strengthers, and Loxus doesn't get like an early Evergreen or like early Dragon Force into Lightning Roar to deal with that, then Queen Beryl, or if Queen Beryl just gets some lucky fates, just a couple of effect whiffs, then Beryl going first especially can really start to run away with it a little bit. But, whew, man, Beryl is not what I was expecting to see. But I'm excited for it. I'm glad we're getting a Beryl game. I'm just really not sure about Beryl into Loxus, but I mean, if he can make it work, he can make it work. One thing, Beryl is one of the many characters in the game who all characters love going first, but Beryl especially, more than the average, loves going first, because that top fate gets locked down very quickly and very easily. We're going to see Beryl's ability to pull in Super Beryl, because he's going to a discard, so he's going to discard it immediately. Going to discard his whole hand. I didn't get to see all those cards, because they did the weird shaking thing that I never do in TTS. But a bunch of stuff that just doesn't do anything. But Beryl is among... Ooh, this is the second time we've seen the Lucy and Loki frame one. You gotta play Lucy and Loki here because they're immune to Lightning Dragon Roar. But you don't love seeing that right out the gate because it gives... it gets the resolve really close to 8 really early. But yeah, Queen Beryl, there are a handful of villains in the game that love going first more than the average because they get to go do a discard top fate turn 1. And Beryl is definitely one of them. Especially because she doesn't have a play a card at her bottom fate. We're going to see Azure not even worry about early fate pressure and just go straight to Magnolia Streets. Throw out a Soul Doll and a Stone Gaze. Early Soul Doll is always good, especially when you have a good opportunity to play it. And so we're back to Quantum. That was a very quick and succinct Loxus turn. I played quite a bit of Loxus myself, so he's hopefully going to be pretty easy to commentate for me. I didn't see Beryl's ability trigger here, so does he already have the... He's already got King Jadeite in hand, so he didn't need to use the Beryl ability. Not getting any early, like, Find Human Energies here or even Ominous Sunspots is very unfortunate. Is it going to be a Lightning Dragon Roar? Oh, it's going to be an Evergreen, of course. Yeah, that'll do it. Evergreen plus the Stone Gaze. Azure, once again, has had a very strong start, much like his Satella game. Immediately into Stone Gaze, into Evergreen, and with a Soul Doll on top. That's a lot. That's a very good start. This first Beryl fate is going to be a big determining factor on how this goes. He did get a 4-strengther. And is going to cover Dark Kingdom. It definitely slows down Jadeite placing power, so I feel that. Don't forget to put down your Jadeite power on the right, though. But it does give Quantum another Hikawa Shrine turn. You should gain 1 power. There you go, yeah. Not using Beryl's ability while going to a discard, I would definitely put Silver Crystal in hand and discard. There's a Find Human Energy. That's what he really wanted to see a turn or two ago. But I probably would have put the... It might have already been in his hand right there. I think I might have seen it. He might have already had Silver Crystal. I need to start asking players when they do that to discard their hand that they just wait like a second before shuffling in and discarding it so that I can at least get a glance at the cards. Literally just a second. That might... I feel bad doing that, though, because they are literally on a timer. Counter Magic and Levy. Pretty weak fate. Gonna get Levy out at that top fate, though. Really wants to mitigate fates right now. We're gonna see... Ooh, Tuxedo Mask. That hurts. That hurts. Taking out the rest of Jadeite power gain here and also getting Venus up to 5. Very unfortunate for Quantum. He really, really wanted to whiff fate in one of these first 2 fates to be able to try and get some more momentum. I really respect going into Barrel here, but I really question the counter pick, because I really just don't think that Queen Barrel likes this matchup, because, like, oh, and we have another Stone Gaze on Levy here, but we are going to see Natsu, so he did manage to get Natsu in the first 3 fates. Natsu at that top fate is going to help a lot, but Barrel really doesn't like a matchup where the opponent is consistent at uncovering the top fate, and Loxus is a villain that, assuming his deck order doesn't go terribly, is really good at doing that. We're going to see Necroture. Do we have Freed? Big Slow? No, Dragon Force. Okay. It's always good to throw out a Dragon Force early, because you can just sit on it until it's time to use it. The only thing that really interferes with it is Mystigan. It's there in case Fairy Law comes out, so you can immediately get rid of Fairy Law. It's really just like a Mystigan to like the bottom fate that makes you struggle with it. We are going to see Barrel's ability again here. Going to pull out, presumably, Nephrite to get Nephrite in play. Indeed we are. Yeah, gotta make use of this open top fate while you can. The one thing that Quantum really has going for him right now is that Azure has focused on stopping objective progress. Gajeel plus Natsu is really good here. I honestly would probably go ahead and cover Cardia here, but covering Magnolia to stop early double plays when Thought Projection and Freed and Bixlow all still need to get on the field is also a very good option. But I'm worried about Cardia being open, allowing Azure to try and exert some pressure to get this back. There is not a dead fate, but kind of it's not a hero play. Not a hero play is essentially a dead fate in Queen Barrel's world, so she loves to see it. We are going to see In the Name of the Moon thrown down, so now all of those effects are double power, which could be really troublesome for Quantum, because he cannot easily get rid of it right now. We are going to see... What happened here? Oh, Battle Invite was played. I see what happened. Sorry, I was confused. I was like, wait a minute, why is Quantum fading? He pulled out exactly 2, and that's why it confused me. I don't see Battle Invite played with just one ally out very often, but he probably doesn't have a better play. And it is going to be Mirror Jane played just to an immediate Dragon Force? Yeah, sure, why not? Just go ahead and get that resolve down 1. I don't really like that play, to be honest. Now that I think about it. I don't really like that play, because now you're without Dragon Force, but you're opening up more resolve for Quantum to keep fate pressuring you here, and you didn't cover the top fate there, and your top fate is blocked. So honestly, I don't mind the Battle Invite. I definitely don't mind playing Urza or Mirror Jane. I just don't really like the keeping the or getting the kill immediately. Gonna see some power gain via Nephrite putting more power here and then picking up. Then we're gonna see a Bakeen play, and I assume we're getting a Lay the Bait. Interesting. To discard it. Nice. And then just the Vanquish on Tuxedo Mask. That opens up Jadeite and just opens up the territory more in general. Good call, good call. Honestly, if I did Bakeen there, I respect that play, but I feel like I probably would have just taken back the Fine Human Energy from the discard pile, personally. Gonna get the free kill on Levy because she's 0 strength. So now it's just Natsu and Gajeel out there. And then a Lightning Body, so that's guaranteed top fate outside of a Mystigan going there. But we could see Mystigan go there. There's no... You got to keep using this top fate as long as it's open. You got to punish Azure for stopping progress instead of covering it, because it can really get some fate going here. Well, Fairy Law is pretty good. Definitely would have preferred a hero. Mystigan would have been ideal there, but Fairy Law isn't bad. Definitely not the strongest fate here, but also still annoying. Azure now has to go to Outskirts so he can Lightning Body away the Fairy Law, or he has to rely on drawing into another one later. And I was about to say, he already has a Dragon Force in the discard pile, so he really doesn't want to do that, because there's no telling when he'd get it. Never mind, he had another Lightning Body the entire time. This dude's insane. We're going to see Jupiter and Moon. This is a good time to play Moon. And he is still going to leave the... Oh, and I didn't see the Dark Crystal play. We have Dark Crystal at Dark Kingdom now. Got to get out another dude there. Got to get another dude out there ASAP. Yeah, Sailor Moon is the good play here. Mars and Mercury are still in here, as well as the Cats, as far as heroes go. Going to Game Center Crown. Yeah, you probably move Nephrite to Game Center Crown, and then... Did he use his ability? He should put the other king in his hand, or King Kunzite even would be good. Yeah, Kunzite. I was thinking of Zoisite. It's hard to remember these names. Zoisite is normally the one you park at Dark Kingdom, but Kunzite with Sailor Moon or Sailor Venus already there is a pretty good option. But he needs to turn on that Dark Crystal so that he can effectively use his bottom fate. He's been able to keep up fate pressure because Azure has left the top fate open for him, which has a play a card. But Dark Kingdom needs that play a card quick so that it becomes way more usable. And we are then going to see a fine human energy. I'd put it at either of the fate spots. I mean, you can put it at Juban School. I don't know why you'd put it there instead of either of the other two, just because you'd immediately get more power out of them, but it's fine. Unfortunately, I think we could see a Fire Soul here, which would mess up the Dark Crystal placement, but depends on what Azure does. I assume Azure is going to Guildhall. Indeed, he is. Still don't have Bixlow, and there is Soul Dolls in here. Still don't... Dude, this guy always fates frame 1. Yeah, we're going to see Mercury put down a Game Center Crown, so that stops all power gain from Jadeite and Nephrite, unfortunately. And then throwing down a Gloating to draw more. Azure still needs Bixlow and Freed to hit the field. I think Happy is in here. We could see a Happy on Gajeel soon. That would be really good for Quantum. Or Mystigan. Mystigan, Urza, and Happy are in here, so he's guaranteed a strong fate no matter what fate he pulls. Yeah, I really would have put that 2 power, probably at Dark Kingdom. Putting it at Hikawa Shrine would have been a risk of the Mercury shenanigans. Oh, we're going to see there. We're going to see a go now immediately following that. It's unfortunate not to get some extra fate pressure here because there's still plenty of space for more resolve, but also getting the this is a good way to do it because now he's either going to get 2 power at Hikawa Shrine or he's going to get 1 power at Game Center Crown. He can't put a whatchamacallit. Azure can't put a hero at both, but Fire Soul can mess it up if he gets Fire Soul. We're going to see the Gloating, letting Azure draw 4. Azure he's falling a little behind pace here. He had a really strong early game that was going a lot more in his favor than Beryl was for Quantum, but Azure also has, he's slacking a bit on getting out Freed and starting to play heroes himself. He needs to pick up the pace on that, otherwise Beryl is going to hit critical mass. There's the Fire Soul, which is played twice if he wants, but I mean, it doesn't really, I don't think it's going to matter too much. Yeah, you probably just dump all of them right there. Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, Kunzite to the far right makes way more sense. And he does get 4 moves here, so he's going to throw Jadeite over there, too. May as well. That turns off the Dark Crystal, and it puts Kunzite away from Moon and Venus. Quantum really needs to get DD girls. And there's Freed. All right, so now Azure is going to start making some progress. Oh, Juvia was the last card. These are 3 really good fates. Get Natsu down to 4, wants to kill Natsu to reclaim the top fate and also get Gajeel back down to 3 strength. Well, you get 1 power at Game Center Crown. That's not nothing. This is still, I would still say this is very favored for Azure, but Azure is also a little behind, I would say, overall in getting his setup done, but he has Freed out now, so. Moving Jadeite here. Okay. Also, not taking the top fate turn. You gotta... I'm worried that he's focused a little too much. A lay the bait. This is a good lay the bait here. Get a little bit of extra power. Almost able to get rid of In the Name of the Moon. Ooh, but playing... Well, he's Fate Locked, so he's fine. You have to use Boxy immediately because the cats are in here, which means a Moon healing escalation on him would be killer. We're just going to see a Dragon Force play and then a pass turn. As nice as a Fate would be here, I think you have to go here and immediately use Boxy and another 2-strength ally to kill Sailor Moon. Ooh, no. I don't like this. I don't like this. The cats are almost guaranteed. It's a 66% chance of cats, and then Boxy goes against you, and that's going to be really bad. He's looking to see, if I've been counting right, this should be Urza, Mystigan, and Happy. So you probably still just full Fate in hopes of getting through to a reshuffle to like get all of the stuff going again. But multi-fating is also fine because they're all 3 good. The thing that I don't like about multi-fating here is that if this is Happy on top and then Azure triggers Freed and it's Happy and then Urza, then he skips Happy. So I would be trying... I would take it's higher odds to do the full Fate and hope you pull Happy. Now there's a 50-50 that Azure could get rid of Happy. We are going to see Zoocyte played, so once again he has to play a card at Dark Kingdom, which he really needs. Oh, I really don't like... I don't like that Boxy is probably about to get Moon Healing Escalation. Or maybe the cats passed earlier and I missed it. Maybe he's fine. Maybe I missed the cats being passed for a different thing. Okay, well, either I missed the cats or the cats are the last card. So either way, not punished. Maybe I missed the cats and maybe he knew he was safe on the Boxy play. That's entirely possible. Putting Mars directly into Kunzite. So Kunzite can't weaken Mars because Venus is in play, but now Venus can be. Yep, and that's what I was worried about. Yeah, that's going to cost Quantum potentially. He could just get happy on the reshuffle. He might just get happy on the reshuffle and it'll be fine. But it's missing a happy play is very unfortunate. Playing happy is typically worth more than playing a hero in most circumstances, especially when the top fate is already covered by Natsu. But thankfully he, whether I miscounted or he just got lucky, we are going to be able to see Sailor Moon killed by Boxy plus Bunbo here. So it's going to get, unfortunately, it's going to get Sailor Moon out right into the reshuffle, which sucks, but hopefully she just won't come back relatively soon. We're going to see a Bumbo to get rid of some cards that he doesn't want to see and get into some other stuff. Yeah, you have to take this kill here. You can't risk Moon Healing, because even if this isn't the cats, I know we saw Moon Healing Escalation pass earlier. Even if this isn't the cats, it's a reshuffle, so it's going to get them back. Or it could get them back. Obviously, it's not, like, guaranteed. You know what I mean. It's a high risk. There are 2 cards in the reshuffle that could screw him over there. We're going to see a Lightning Dragon Roar to kill Mystigan, and then I assume we're going to see the normal punch into Gajeel, because Gajeel is 4 strength now. No, he's going to keep it a little bit longer. He might have another, Lightning Dragon Roar coming up, wants to make use of. That's 3 power there, which is very important. Depending on what card is in his hand, what he's going to play, because I assume he's going to the bottom fate, you might honestly want to spend 1 power on Kunzite here to start getting Venus back down. Although, I think he's guaranteed to have DD Girls in hand, actually, so he probably doesn't have to worry about that, because he's going to DD Girls Venus, and then that'll move them into Mars. But then they'll be too weak to kill Mars, is the problem. Yeah, I don't know. Now, I'd probably have used Kunzite if he had Find Human Energy, or I probably would have used Kunzite to get Venus down to 4, because then you can have the DD Girls kill Mars and then move into Venus. We're going to see Mira Jane and Fairy Law here. He has Dragon Force, so it's going to be the Mira Jane play. One, 2, 3, 4, and this is 6 resolve. So Loxus needs 2 more plays here. It's very safe for him to kill Natsu now as well, because Natsu will not be coming back anytime soon outside of Freed maybe discarding a bunch of effects and items here. If Freed hits Happy here, it's going to look really bad for Quantum if he misses another Happy play. Azure's deciding where he wants Bixlow and this Soul Doll to go. What he thinks is yeah, probably Bixlow killing Juvia makes sense. Thought Projection still isn't out yet, which is unfortunate for Azure, especially if Quantum, well, I don't think he can open up, not with so little power. He can't open up the top 8, so he's safe for now. Immediate Mystigan. All right, that's good for, it's middling for Quantum. It's the middle of the road for, it was Luna and Artemis. Oh my goodness, Quantum was so lucky not to be punished. This is going to be a Fire Soul. Yeah. But you don't get to move 3 anymore. The whatchamacallit is gone. You only get to move 2. Yeah, it's going to be Nephrite and Zoocyte. And then they both get -1 because of Sailor Mars. And then all power gain is blocked. And then the cats reshuffle the deck. Yeah. There's only 1 more hero play for Azure, assuming no Happy hit. But anyways, that Freed pull on Mystigan didn't get rid of Happy, which is not good for Azure, but also didn't get rid of a bunch of counter magic in We Are Fairy Tail, which Quantum does not want to pull up right now. There's the DD Girls finally, gonna kill Sailor Mars and move over to Venus. Yeah, see, if you had spent that 1 power, you'd be at 0 right now, but if you'd spent that 1 power, you still would have had enough to do all the DD Girls shenanigans. Gets to clash the cats, which is nice. And then DD Girls would be able to kill Mars here, or Venus here would be strong enough. He might have GG in hand, though. If he has GG in hand to get them back, because I don't know if we've seen GG, and even if we saw GG, he might have reshuffled into it. We're going to see the kill on Natsu here. This is where Quantum really wants to see a lot of, I assume we're going to see thought projection shenanigans. Oh no, we're going to see an extra Dark Ecriture. Interesting. Quantum really wants to see a Freed that doesn't get rid of Happy, but gets rid of a lot of counter magic and We Are Fairy Tale to try to get back to a Natsu reshuffle. Needs to get back to Natsu ASAP. Oh, don't forget to click up all your stuff, dude. You need this power. That's 3, and that's 1, and then unfortunately Zoisite doesn't have a target. But now we're kind of hitting... Sailor Moon is in the shuffle, which is a 5-strength hero, which is rough to deal with. But Venus is in... or Mars is in the discard, I believe, and Venus is about to be in the discard relatively soon. Gonna see a go now to set up Kunzite being able to kill Sailor Moon. I don't think you get to take the strength off of Kunzite there. Yeah, you just moved Kunzite there, so he actually should still have the -1 strength. Gray or Lucy and Loki? You know that you're gonna be... Is this 2 We Are Fairy Tales, 2 counter magics, and the cat? And Happy? And some other card? Maybe a We Are Fairy Tale or a counter magic already passed? This is an awful Fate deck load up right now. But, I would play Lucy and Loki here, even if it puts him at 8 resolve, because again, I don't think there's really anything in here. I don't think there's maybe one more hero in here. That's Gray. Is Levy? I think Levy is in here. I think it's Levy, then Happy, double counter magic, double We Are Fairy Tale. I might be off by 1. There's all 4 4-strengthers. Natsu is in the discard. There's Gajiel and Juvia, the 2 3-strengthers. There's a 2-strengther. Yeah, I think so. Lightning Dragon Roar to get rid of Mira Jane and open up the top phase. So now he doesn't even have to worry about the fact that he's back down to 7 resolve. So now Quantum is free to play another hero. Definitely Azure wants to try. We've almost reached critical Barrel. Barrel has like, oh, Sailor Moon. That's really unlucky for Quantum. He did not want to see that. That is the best possible pull, I would say, for Azure, more than likely. Quantum was really hoping to be able to get to some momentum back by having Sailor Moon on the low end of the deck here. Gets 1 on Jadeite. You still probably pay, you definitely still pay 1 for Kunzite to weaken Venus. Yeah. And so DD Girls can get rid of her. But we're almost at critical Barrel. All of the whatchamacallits are out. The 2 4-strengthers are about to be in the discard pile with 5 fates to go to reshuffle them. But Sailor Moon is out, and he is gonna... Oh no, I don't think you have the power to pay for that. Did he? Did he have the power to pay for that? I guess he did. Either he did or D. Gessner needs to be fired. One or the other. You either take back Fine Human Energy or you take back one of these 1-strengthers to help DD Girls punch Sailor Moon. Oh no, a Gameson is there. What am I talking about? You take back Fine Human Energy. Absolutely. Sorry, I had a stupid moment. Happens to me a lot. We all know how it is, probably. Yeah, this is just about critical Quantum, and we're not going to see a Fate to try and do anything to save Moon here. So Quantum is going to be able to kill Moon, do a little bit of movement on some of his guys here. We're going to see a Stone Gaze on Lucy and Loki. Yeah, I was about to say, probably better on, like, Mystigan, because then you can get the free Juvia kill. Is he going to kill Gajiel here instead of saving the punch for Lucy and Loki? Looks like it. Get Gajiel out of there. That was only a 2-strength Gajiel. Bit of a waste. Bit of a waste. 1 power to Juban School. You got to go to Dark Kingdom and play your Fine Human Energy and get Sailor Moon out of here. Honestly, I probably would have moved Nephrite here, personally. I would have moved Nephrite so that if a hero gets pulled on this Fate, if Azure wants to stop the gain 2, he has to put the hero somewhere that isn't the top Fate, personally. Because Jadeite is still set up to hit 2 locations, assuming a hero doesn't go to Hikawa Shrine. But I think getting that Nephrite would have been more worth his while, to be honest. There, you got to play Happy here, I think. You put it on Juvia. It's guaranteed to go off. There's no way he doesn't eventually trigger Juvia dying here. He has to. Lucy and Loki are also a good target, but you put it on Juvia. You put it on Juvia. It's guaranteed. This is 99 times out of 100, you put Happy on Juvia. 99 times out of 100. I understand why he's putting on Lucy and Loki. They're the second best target, I would say, in this case, because it's stopping Freed moving into and killing them. But if he goes to Cardia and moves Freed into killing Lucy and Loki, and then, like, I guess just plays Thought Projection but can't move Thought Projection, that's not a bad turn for Quantum. That's a bad turn for Azure. Now he's Thunder Legioning Freed over, which is going to trigger, honestly, he doesn't really want to trigger Freed here, because I think these are all effects and items. We're going to see the Juvia kill. And then Happy would have been back in the reshuffle. This is why you put it on Juvia, because now Happy isn't, wow, that's insane. That is crazy. And then you top-decked Levy. It's possible he could have top-decked Happy, and oh no, that would have been bad, but there was a 1 in 7 chance. I absolutely think that it was a misplay not putting Happy on Juvia there. I think you absolutely put Happy on Juvia there in basically every instance. Did get a hero, is going to see, this is why I think you should have moved Nephrite as well. Because now the top fate is blocked and 2 power is blocked. If you had moved Nephrite, it would have been the top fate and 1 power being blocked. Or Sailor Mercury would have had to have gone to Game Center Crown, and then you still would have gotten 2 power split by Jadeite. And it's not like either of these guys are strong enough to kill Mercury anyway. And he doesn't have the power to go to Juban, do a Vanquish. He put the gain 2 at Game Center, which is interesting. I didn't notice that earlier when he played Find Human Energy. He must have put the 2 at Game Center Crown. I would have put the 2 at Juban so that if one of the 3 strengthers came out, you might be able to kill him. But maybe he didn't have any ally. He might not have any kind of allies in hand to supplant, like, because you could have, like, used Zoisite plus an ally to kill Mercury. He's going to do the move on Nephrite now, and then Useless Failure? Okay, so he's getting up to 6 power here. And then ultimate attack, or replay Jadeite with Go Now. Or not Jadeite, Nephrite. Yep, replaying Nephrite. Oh my goodness, sorry. Something in my throat. So now he's got the ideal setup. This is going to be an interesting endgame. Quantum is he's hit critical barrel just about, but Mercury is sitting here, and it is Mercury of all heroes. And Loxus has an open top fate, so he's still playing from behind a little bit. We're going to see Stone Gaze on Lucy and Loki here. How much? I got to look at this fate first. All right, no hero fate, which is very nice. I think is Tuxedo Mask in here? I think Tuxedo Mask and Jupiter are in here. Going to get rid of the ultimate attack to stop the kill on Mercury, which is very unfortunate. This is going to, you should Dome of Darkness kill with Zoisite here, to be honest, I think. Dome of Darkness and then just try and reshuffle into Zoisite. You don't have anything triggering Zoisite right now anyway. You should get Mercury out of here before she gets hit by Tuxedo Mask to go up to 4 strength, or another hero comes out and takes away more of your power and more of your locations. How did he get 2 power up there? Ooh, Natsu is a great pull here. Natsu is fantastic for Quantum right now. Not getting the... I would get Mercury out of here immediately. So we are going to see the kill, and Freed is discarded in the kill because Lucy and Loki are at +1 strength. What do we... 1, 2, 3. There are 3 here, so he needs... Then we're going to see the Thought Projection play. He needs 1 more hero play. Happy is now back in rotation on the reshuffle. Azure wants to see immediate hero here. I'm not sure if there's anything in here other than immediate heroes, to be honest. I think they're all heroes. It's going to be a 5-strength Gajeel thrown down, and then the Stone Gaze trigger on killing Mystigan. Levy is out, so Dark Ecritures can't be used to kill anyone at Outskirts right now. But he does have enough heroes out to get all the kills he needs. He just has to actually kill them all. Oh, and I missed when Ominous Sunspots was played. That could actually be a big deal. Yeah, you got to get Mercury out of here, like, right now, bro. Mercury needs to go. We're going to see Bakeen take back an ultimate attack. I'm going to be real with you. I'd take back Fine Human Energy right now. I would just take back Fine Human Energy and, taking Go Now to get Zoisite back out later. I honestly, I would probably take Fine Human Energy because you've got to rush here. You've got to rush here really fast. Bye, GG. Quantum needs a lot of... He needs like 25 more power to enter Showdown, and he needs it really quickly. We're going to see Azure going straight to Magnolia, not worrying about Fate Pressure instead. Interesting that you wouldn't try and cover the top Fate here when you have the Gloating or Soul Doll play at Outskirts or Guildhall, to be honest. But I guess he wants to just get power so he can go back to Cardia and try and chug through these heroes really fast, which is fair. I respect that. Gonna see Rico Kadar, I think it is. I think he was checking to see if Rico Kadar could be hit by the Cats or Moon Healing Escalation. And I don't believe they can. What? It's Tuxedo Mask, Jupiter... There's so many unique cards in Barrel, I can't remember what all we've seen and what we haven't. We're going to see a Mirajane here, which is a very good pull. You got to cover Cardia here. You've got to be covering Cardia here. You need to cover Cardia every time you play because he's got enough heroes on board. And now you can reshuffle into Happy. That's what Quantum really needs to see here is a quick Happy to be able to bring this back. We're going to see Gloating for 10? 10 Gloating? And when this happens to me, I put all of these cards into a deck and then search the deck and just choose the 4 cards I want. Instead of having them all in hand. I think it goes quicker for me. But Azure, he's getting through it plenty quick. He's doing fine. I think we're good on time anyway. Yeah, they got plenty of time. They got plenty of time. This has been a bit of a long game. There goes all that. Can't use a Dark Ecriture this turn. Is going to go to Outskirts this time. Go straight for the Fate. There's Tuxedo Mask. Fire Soul does basically nothing in this board state. Because he can't even stop Dark Kingdom from having to play a card with Fire Soul. If he moves Kunzite and then one of these two, then Quantum can just move the other one into it. He's just going to block the 2 power from Nephrite here. Then we're going to see a Lightning Body thrown down to get the clash with Levy. Just has to kill Urza, Mirajane, and a 5-strength Gajeel. And now the Dark Ecriture can trigger and kill Urza. It will kill Urza because Gajeel is stronger. I don't know if he has an ally in hand to instantly kill Tuxedo Mask, but I would probably be going to Dark Kingdom either way. Get 3. You got anyone to throw out into that kill? Sure does. Just have Vina blow him up real quick. Open that back up, and then go for your Fate. Checking to see what this card is. I don't remember what it is. It doesn't matter what it is because you should full Fate for Happy. You should full Fate to see if you can pull Happy. Happy on Mirajane probably would be really good here. It is Fairy Law, so yeah, you play Fairy Law here. You could move Gajeel out of Urza because of the Dark Ecriture. That's also an option. Move Gajeel to Magnolia Streets. But I would probably play Fairy Law. Because then he can't Ecriture anyway. I wouldn't move Urza out. I'd move Gajeel out. I mean, moving Urza is fine, but I probably would have moved Gajeel out. I feel like I probably would have played Fairy Law here, but I don't dislike this play either. Fairy Law delays the Ecriture for at least a turn. We are going to see it be Cardia Cathedral. Throw a Stone Gaze on Mirajane, and can't kill Gajeel. Oh, you know what? He was right to move Urza instead. I completely forgot about the fact that he could just use Freed into the Urza kill. He was right on that for sure. That would have been a misplay by me. I was thinking more about what I care about with Gajeel covering instead of Urza covering stuff. But Quantum was right to think more about stopping the Freed kill, but it looks like a Thunder Legion play actually solved it for Azure anyway. This is going to put Freed, and then that puts Freed at Urza. Maybe the Gajeel play still would have been better. We also see a Juvia play over to the far left Dark Ecriture, so that Dark Ecriture could be used to just get rid of Juvia. Yeah, now Urza is lined up to die to Freed. -1 here, I'd probably put the -1 on Mirajane. Put the -1 on Mirajane so that if Azure manages to snipe his way into Showdown, he can clash her while using the Cardia like move and Vanquish, because she's clash only. But Urza's also a fine target. The only one bad to put it on was Juvia. Probably wouldn't have been great to put it on Natsu, but who knows. We're going to see a go now to get Zoisite back out. A big problem that Quantum has right now is that he's having to keep up this fate pressure to stop Happy. Oh, he's got to... You put Happy on Juvia. You always just put Happy on Juvia. I mean, Levy protects Juvia for one more turn, but is that really doing much for you? The thing is Happy doesn't force Azure to play another hero right now, so there's an argument for playing Levy instead. But I think it's probably still just Happy on Juvia. If you play Levy, you probably play Levy to Outskirts just to take away that gain 1 at it to keep Loxus low on power. But that does set up the possibility of a Lightning Body later. But I think the Lightning Bodies are both in the discard. I would have checked for that. Yeah, he gets to gain 1 and put a Stone Gaze on Mira here. But having no power has put Loxus in a bad spot. We are going to see Jupiter here. What's the thing, like, the Jupiter Stupider? What's that? What am I thinking of from that? Gonna throw Jupiter at Dark Kingdom to make Dark Kingdom bad to go to. It also blocks 1 power, at least. You probably just ultimate attack Jupiter if you have it. Don't forget to put 1 at Hikawa because of Rico Kadar. Yeah. 4? Yep, 4. Just get Jupiter out of here immediately because you also need to be drawing cards. A big problem that Quantum has right now is that he's putting all of his... We're going to see Gray and We Are Fairy Tail. You play Gray here. Yeah, double cover Cardia. Seems fair. I don't dislike that. The problem that Quantum has is that the reason Azure hasn't been able to cinch getting into Showdown is because he's getting faded like every single turn. We're going to see a gain 3 here. Lightning Dragon Roar. Yep, Lightning Dragon Roar. There goes Urza. Just has to kill Gray and Mira now. And that just takes like a Bixlow play. Where is Bixlow? Is he in the discard? If he's not in the discard, then it's not looking great for Quantum. Because just like playing Bixlow into blowing up Mira Jane and getting a power back from a whatchamacallit. I'm playing Lightning Body. Okay. He did have another Lightning Body. Interesting. He wants to make sure he can take a Cardia turn. But the reason Azure isn't able to cinch out this game is because Quantum is getting to fate him every single turn. But eventually, Quantum has to go to Game Center Crown and Juban School because that's where he's been placing all of his power. He probably would have benefited from putting Nephrite at Dark Kingdom or Hikawa Shrine when he had a moment because he really needs the power at his fate locations because this fate spam is the only thing keeping him in the game. And Natsu and Happy are both in play, and I don't think Natsu and Happy are dying until, if I were Azure, I would not kill Natsu and Happy until Showdown is hit. Oh, Mystigan is such a good pull here. No, you put him at Cardia, man. You put him at Cardia, absolutely. You absolutely put him at Cardia. Stop the Lightning Body Cardia. It means you're going to get topped fate by this Lightning Body, but you have your bottom fate open, and with the Vanquish and Rico Kadar is there, I think that's fine. But yeah, you stop the Lightning Body opening up Cardia. Not going to his top fate. He's going to try and kill Mystigan somehow first. We're going to see the Fate, Miracle Romance, and In the Name of the Moon. They both do nothing, basically. In the Name of the Moon can be gotten rid of immediately because Zoisite will put 1 power at Rico Kadar, which is Hikawa Shrine. Honestly, I might play Miracle Romance and put it all at Game Center Crown. Or split it between Juban School and Game Center Crown. Because with how this power is lined up, eventually Quantum is going to have to take a turn at Game Center Crown, and he's going to have to take a turn at Juban School. And that's going to be what really messes him up. Oh, what killed Gray here? A Lightning Dragon? Oh, a Lightning Dragon Roar with Lightning Body. It's still 2 strength, so that still kills Gray. But Mystigan is still there stopping the move in. Mystigan and Mira Jane both have to die. I wish I knew if Bixlow was in his hand or in his discard pile. If Bixlow is in his hand, then Mira Jane is dead. I don't know what these last 2 cards are either. It'd be nice to move Juvia, or Natsu even, out of Guildhall, since there's a Dark Ecriture there, because as soon as he hits Showdown, he can use an Ecriture to kill one of them. Whew, man, this game is going down to the wire. I still think it's in Loxus's favor, because eventually Quantum is going to have to take these off turns. Again, the only thing that's kept Loxus from hitting Showdown is the fact that Quantum is fading him every single turn. But eventually he won't be able to do that. Don't you gotta put it at Hikawa Shrine. You already have too much power at these locations. And you're having to fade every turn. Lucy and Loki, very annoying. Where do you put Lucy and Loki here? It's so funny, but I think you put them at Cardia Cathedral. I think you put them at Cardia Cathedral. Because you don't want to put them into where Freed can get them. I would just put them... Definitely don't put them right on Freed. At least make him move Freed. Or replay him with... If he has Thunder Legion to replay Freed, then he's got it no matter what. But he can't... Mystigan is still there. He can't go to Cardia with Lightning Body. So he won't get to play a card gain to. I really just think you don't put them at Magnolia Streets. Any other location is probably acceptable. I probably would still put them at Cardia to keep Cardia. Because the thing is eventually Mystigan and or Mirajane will die, and you still want to make sure you keep Cardia covered for when he enters Showdown. Because that's his big kill spot. But, ooh, no hero on the top fate. That is very good for Quantum. Gonna just move Kunzite and Zoisite away from the Dark Kingdom. Honestly, that might be good for Quantum because it might get him to finally move Nephrite into Dark Kingdom so he's getting 2 power at his fate instead of at a location he doesn't want to go to. That's the end of that turn. There is also Ominous Sunspots. Ominous Sunspots could still make a big difference in this game. As crazy as it is to say. You're just going to go gain 1 over there. Honestly, I would use Useless Failure probably on Kunzite or Rico Kadar here. Never mind. You have Fine Human Energy. If you have Fine Human Energy, you just play Fine Human Energy. Why are you continuing to make these evenly powered? You don't want to have to go to both of them. At this point, he has to, so I guess it doesn't matter. But I feel like I would have put the 2 power at Dark Kingdom or at least at Juban because it has more power and is getting more power a turn. Why? No. Don't. You do not We Are Fairy Tale here. You play Levy. You play Levy to Cardia or even Outskirts. Why would you... Yeah, don't do that. Please don't do that. Honestly, here, because Freed into Levy isn't worth as much as, like, Freed into Lucy and Loki, I don't mind covering Magnolia because it takes away the double play, especially when I think Gloating is out, so he's about to get a ton of cards. Yeah, he gets a ridiculous amount of cards here, so I don't mind Levy going there. Although, actually, now that I think about it, I probably would have put Levy at Cardia, because now he's going to Gloating into a Lightning Body, most likely. He's going to go to Magnolia, gain 3, spin 2 for Lightning Body, and punch Levy. Yeah, I wouldn't have put Levy at Outskirts or Magnolia. I would have put her at Cardia. Or maybe Guildhall. Guildhall, honestly, wouldn't be that bad either, but... Guildhall puts him right into the Evergreen kill, so I probably would have put her at Cardia. I don't like giving... I never like having 2 strengthers, or even 3 strengthers, really, if I can help it, at Magnolia, because they become very easy Lightning Body kills. Because Evergreen can get the 3 strengthers down to 2 very easily. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Must not have gotten into Lightning Body with the Gloating. That's good for Quantum. Or he's just wanting to Fate first. Jupiter something stupider. This, I think this has to be the turn. There's no way, especially with this little power, that he can get into Showdown this turn. I would be shocked. Why are you putting Stone Gaze on Natsu? Put it on Lucy and Loki. That's 2 resolve. What are you doing? You literally can't kill Natsu at this point. If you kill Natsu and he gets to replay Natsu, then you should forfeit. Why would he put the Stone Gaze on Natsu here? That's so weird. Honestly, putting it on Mystigan would have been a good play. I would have put it on Mystigan so you can finally be able to Lightning Body or Dragon Force your way into this location. He is going to take the Game Center Crown turn. This is a good turn to take it. And it's only a 5 cost on the Crystal. Oh, even better. He has Vina to put Kunzite over at Jupiter. That's really good. That's very, very good. And then is he going to play the Crystal as well? It's only 4 costs for the Crystal, and then he can play Super Barrel at Juban Skull. He's actually going to play Poxy. He's greedy. He's getting so greedy. No, not like this. I think there's a Moon Healing escalation coming up. You got to be careful here, bro. You got to be careful here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a 3 cost. Yeah, he can get the power for Super Barrel now, and he needs to do it fast. Is this the Lightning Body I was talking about earlier, or is it Bixla? It's the light. Yeah, this is why I didn't like putting Levy at Magnolia, even if it took away the double play. He still can't Lightning Body to Cardia, though. That Mystigan is worth its weight in gold. Don't forget to do all your power up. So probably what we're going to see here is playing the Crystal, because the Crystal needs to get out immediately. Playing Bumbo? No, use your ability to get the Crystal. Oh, no, he's just discarding Bumbo, it looks like. All right, Crystal's out, and he has enough power to immediately play Super Barrel. I think he's going to be able to pull this game back. Fairy Law, because it's a guaranteed Lightning Body loss. Yeah. All right, well, props to Quantum. He was able to bring this game back. It's not over yet. It's not over yet, but I'm feeling like it probably is. Levy is gone, so does get the kill on Juvia here, but that doesn't really help his case all that much. Also, wait, did he move down the Resolve? Fairy Law is out. You don't get Resolve down on... Oh, no, it was Happy. What am I talking about? I'm stupid. Never mind. I'm dumb. Pay no attention to me. I'm just surprised that he killed the card that had Happy on it. Because I don't really see how he benefits from that. He didn't need to do that kill on Juvia. I guess he just really wants to be able to replay Juvia, but I don't think that's worth it. Finally got another 4 Strengther to put on top of Hikawa Shrine. We've had some real ups and downs in Tournament Arc thus far. We had that game with D. Gessner and Saltjar. What was it? I think it was the we're gonna see Bixlow out finally. Surely as a Soul Doll target here. See, this is why I would have put the Stone Gaze on Mystigan instead. You could have gotten Mystigan out of here. And then you would have just been one Thunder Legion away from reclaiming Cardia Cathedral. He is going to get to kill Mira Jane here, so it's just Mystigan in the way, but Mystigan's the most annoying. No, you can't. Don't do that. Fairy Law. Fairy Law. Bro, there's no way that he just did that kill. Why wouldn't... If you're going to kill someone with Stone Gaze, you should kill Natsu. Fairy Law is out. I think that Azure has forfeited. I think he's done the equivalent of forfeiting. Bro, why would you not go to Juban School, kill someone, and play Super Barrel here? He still has to play another hero to get into Showdown. Gonna do an ultimate attack and then evade. Oh, he's gonna clear the board entirely. That's fair enough, then. Yeah, that's fair enough. If he could kill both of them, that's fair. I'm looking at this Loxus board state over here and think to myself, don't let him... You should double cover Cardia. IMO, but that's whatever. That's fine. But I think that he can afford to do whatever he wants at this point because Loxus has to play another hero now. So it's like it's over. Mars is very annoying. Just get into Super Barrel. Just go to Juban School and get into Super Barrel. So you can start playing cards willy-nilly. You also get to like discard anything you don't care about in Juban. At Juban, get that out of there. Vina is out, which is a little annoying, but also DD Girls, I think, are coming up, so it's really just DD Girls to start cleaning up the endgame. It is going to be Sailor Moon to Hikawa Shrine, so a go now to get Kunzite over to Mars and Sailor Moon when she gets placed there would be very good. Oh, I didn't realize the Quantum's down to 3 minutes. Bro, you don't have time to be ticking down your power counter. What are you doing? Play fast, go! On delay. End your turn. I just realized what Azure's win condition is. It's stalling. I didn't realize that I gotta keep the clock in the screen more often. I didn't realize Quantum was so low here. Is Venus in this pile? No, Venus was just killed. But I think Tuxedo Mask is in this pile, which is really annoying. Quantum is gonna have to play some really fast barrel turns here. Oh, is that why Azure put it on Natsu? Is he literally playing for time? That's kind of cheesy. I'm not a huge fan of that. I hope that's not how this game ends. That would feel really bad. Luna and Artemis here, which will turn Vina into a hero that can immediately be clashed but takes away the move Vanquish is good. I hope that's not how this game ends up. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Quantum might make some mistakes, but endgame barrel is pretty straightforward. Putting Luna and Artemis here just to take away that move Vanquish for even longer is a good play. He really just has to jump between Dark Kingdom and Juban School, Just fading and he has to take his fates really fast. But I mean, Fairy Law is still out, and it takes one more hero play from Azure. He's actually going to go to Game Center. You got to play fast, bro. You don't have to do that. Those are maze. Those are maze. You don't have to do those. Don't do those at this point. It doesn't matter. He's going to do the move and then play Bakeen into Vina? Yeah, play Bakeen into Vina. Take back an ultimate attack. Play ultimate attack. Kill Mars with it. Yeah, adds up. Move Zoicide over then, because then Mars doesn't trigger it. Play Bakeen there, because then you've got more strength at Sailor Moon. That's 8 strength Sailor Moon? 8 strength Sailor Moon. That's 5 strength. Just needs 3 more, or just throwing down a whatchamacallit. You've already taken like 40 seconds. You have to end this turn. You have to end this turn, Quantum. 2 minutes in this board state. I think it's possible. Got rid of Sailor Mars before the Tuxedo Mask, which is nice. He needs like a Game Sin into another ultimate attack if he can. He also kind of, I would go to Dark Kingdom and like punch Vina or something, or not the cats, you punch Vina first, and then try and cover that top fate. Because that's what Azure has to be. Oh, he got a lightning body, of course he did. Well, maybe you don't worry about it this turn, then maybe you take a Juban School. Don't look at the fate discard, you gotta go, bro! You gotta go! You cannot play slow here. You cannot play slow. Don't go grab a -1 token. It's Vina. You can punch her anyway. What are you doing? Oh, no, 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 no. Gonna be the Kunzite move. That's really good. Okay, Fate and end your turn. You gotta, and punch Vina. You gotta go fast. Put her on the top Fate. Oh, moving Mystic into the top Fate. My goat. he can't, he doesn't have enough on board to do the other shenanigans anyway. Also, he has Fairy Law out still. Don't punch the cats. Punch Vina first. That's not where she goes. End your turn, end your turn, end your... Dude, I'm losing my mind. Dude, Quantum, you're killing me, man. You gotta take these turns faster, bro. Putting the Stone Gaze on Mystigan. And then just doing the free kill with Evergreen. Yeah, he's just trying to time him out. -1 on Sailor Moon. Kill Sailor Moon. And then you're going to play back out Kunzite to Tuxedo Mask. Why is Tuxedo Mask dead? He shouldn't be dead. Go to Luna and Artemis. That's fine, too. No, put him in Tuxedo Mask. You need an ally at Tuxedo Mask. End your turn. End your turn. End your turn. End your turn. Hit the button! D. Gessner, hit the button for him when he's clearly clicking it. Not Moon. Jupiter. Annoying. What time is it for me? I got like a little over an hour until my stream. This game does need to end pretty soon. Does he have an ultimate? He must have an ultimate attack in hand. Play fast. Play fast. Ultimate attack? No, DD girls. I wouldn't even Fate. Honestly. You don't have time. There you go. Punch the cats and end your turn. Punch the cats and end your turn. Punch the cats and end your turn. I've lost I'm not afraid to say it. I've lost a lot of respect for Azure in this game. Lightning Body is gone. That he's just playing for clock, especially when he's up a game. He still gets to counter pick in the next game if there's another game after this. Literally just giving up all semblance of getting to showdown and playing under Fairy Law just to time out your opponent. Like, come on, man. Ultimate attack, and then a defeat. Turn. That was like a 6-second turn, really quick. He's got a Lightning Dragon Roar to open the top fate here. Didn't get a hero. That's game. Holy cow, thank goodness. I would have hated that. I would have hated that so much. Honestly, I would love it if I had more time before my stream, but I would have hated if that game went to time. I don't respect playing for the clock. It's one thing to try to fade a lot to keep pressure and be like, well, maybe they'll run out of time because I'll just fade them. But playing under Fairy Law, letting your resolve go to max, giving, like, not even trying to win the game yourself, instead just trying to make sure your opponent runs out of time because they can't play their turns, literally can't play their turns fast enough. You know, you can do whatever you want and you can feel however you want about it, but I personally, I don't respect it. I don't respect it. Dude, I actually think very little of it. But anyways, that's game 2 done. Quantum did win by the skin of his teeth. I really thought he was in a really bad spot in that early game, but Azure just, he took way too long to get freed and get Bixlow out especially, to really start making progress. And then by the time Quantum sort of hit what we call critical barrel, where he was able to keep his top fate open and kind of bounce between his top and his bottom fates and just keep nudging Loxus out of Showdown bit by bit. Honestly, with Juvia and Happy and Natsu at the far left like they were, I still kind of think that Azure could have pulled out that game playing normally if he had just taken his time and really focused on it. I'm not sure what his deck shuffle order was, but obviously he gave up on trying to win the game by winning the game at a certain point. So there's really no way to know. I wish we could have seen that game, because I think he possibly could have pulled it out with Loxus still, because Quantum was forced to take two off turns with how he had spread out his power in those 2 middle locations. But then he didn't have to worry about those off turns because Azure started killing people while he wasn't in Showdown. So then Azure didn't have to worry about fading anymore. He just had to worry about winning faster because in-game Barrel is stronger than in-game Loxus. But it looks like the players are taking a quick restroom break. That was a really long game, so I definitely don't blame them on that. So we're going to have a little bit of a jump cut here, and I will see you all again in just a moment. Okay, and we are back. Azure lost the last game is what I wanted to say. So he gets to ban first, and he's actually going to ban Yuno, not banning Yaldabaoth this time. I can't talk. Sorry, I'm dying. Where's my water? That last game went way longer than I thought it would. Ah, delicious. And we're going to see an Ainz ban, so Quantum is probably picking someone that he does not want to play Ainz into. He's now Quantum's going to play Loxus. If Azure won't finish a game as Loxus, then Quantum will finish a game with Loxus. I respect it. Again, Loxus is a very difficult villain to counterpick. So, much like Orochimaru comes to mind. Orochimaru and Loxus, since the old days of the battle begins, they're both quite hard to pick direct counters into. And we're going to see Monokuma from Azure, so I think this is our first Monokuma game. Is this our second Bloodbath villain game? We had a Yuno game in D. Gessner versus Saltjar, and then I think this is our second Bloodbath villain game. They didn't just play Bloodbath villains, did they? No, they just played Loxus and someone. Queen Beryl. Who'd they play in the first game though? I don't remember who they played in the first game. We're going to see Loxus versus Monokuma here. This is interesting. The thing is that Loxus can go pretty fast, especially if he can lock down his opponent's top fate. So I'm not really sure that Monokuma is a great counterpick here, although Monokuma getting to go first to use that top fate immediately and getting a camera turn 1 is a big help in doing well in this Loxus matchup. And then turn 1 Natsu. Okay, it doesn't get much better than that. This is pretty much the best turn that Azure could have possibly asked for. And it looks like he is, I'm not sure I agree with this. He's going to cover Magnolia because he wants to stop Loxus from getting any early momentum, because Monokuma doesn't mind getting faded a lot. However, if Loxus fates him enough that he didn't use his Monokuma ability either. If Loxus fates him enough that Azure ends up having to like do a punishment into an extra hero or something later. I don't know about playing Sakura here. I probably would have played Mondo because of his ability on trigger, and also because you don't want to give you don't want Sakura to be able to be targeted by whatever it is I'm thinking of. And he's going to get Kyoko on the Kyoko into a murder weapon on Sakura would be really funny. But Kyoko is a pretty good pull for Azure as long as he can get the power to hit her pretty early here. He's going to cover Cardia. He's just going to leave the Fates open. It could work out for him. It could work out for him, but if Loxus just gets to fade him literally every single turn, then Loxus will Especially because he has to get a lot of power for... He's going to play Juvia instead? Oh, because he wants to be able to Fate more. He doesn't want the Resolve to hit max. And he is going to cover the top Fate. Okay. Okay. I was about to get on to him a little bit there because with Kyoko probably taking a while, and he's discarding a murder weapon as well. Kyoko taking a while to get motived, potentially. It would not be good for Azure. We're going to see a gloating in a gain 3 just to get some money to have. It would not be good for Azure to let Quantum rinse him with Fates, because then he's going to get in a really awkward position of not having any heroes to Despair token. Going to see Quantum gets to draw 4 here. Now that I'm seeing Quantum play Loxus, I think I do remember that Quantum was a pretty hefty Loxus player as well, if I'm not mistaken. Lightning Dragon Roar at the top Fate. That's what it looks like. I'd probably take that turn. Discard some more, assuming you want to get more cards out of your hand. If he has cards he wants to play, you should go to Outskirts first. Yeah. Just get some stuff out there. Pretty early Evergreen. That's always good. Evergreen, despite what some people might think, and they're like, some people don't play Hope Lives On. You play Sayaka, and then I wouldn't even shuffle Mondo back in. I would cover Dining Hall here. Yeah, cover Dining Hall just so that he can't have a play and a discard. No, cover Dining Hall. Cover Dining Hall. There you go. Oh, and he shuffled back in the Hope Lives On. Right, you can do it that way. That's smart. That's what you should do. Yeah, for sure. Good play. I forgot what I was saying before. Gain 1, spin 1, get another camera out. Early cameras for Monokuma is very good. Ooh, happy on Juvia. That's unfortunate, but also can still be Lightning Dragon Roared. If that's what Quantum wants to do with this turn. But he's actually going to go to Magnolia Streets. I was saying earlier, you actually want to see Evergreen before... He's going to Dragon Roar from here. Interesting. You want to see Evergreen before Freed in almost all... Oh, because he's going to punch Natsu. What the heck? What is happening? Okay. Game's going pretty crazy. Motive on Kyoko. Yeah, we are going to get the early Kyoko motive. And then just going to do a Tragedy for 4, I believe. Needs to get a class trial pretty quick, but also needs a murder weapon, and he discarded one earlier. So he's going to have to try and use his ability, hopefully not get Hope Lives On, or he should move Kyoko to Dormitory, actually, if he's not planning to murder weapon. He did, yeah. Because if he pulls Byakuya to Sakura won't be able to kill. So actually what should happen now... Oh, D. Gessner, I think, said that he couldn't do that because he ended his turn before doing the move, which is fair. You play Leon. You leave Makoto and Hope Lives On in the deck for as long as you possibly can. I would play Leon, personally. Personally, were it me, I would play Leon. Gonna get Monokuma Theater out. No schemes out yet, though, so no big benefit from it. Gonna see Levy McGarden throwing her at Cardia is interesting. Did I ever finish my thing about how you want Evergreen before Freed? You want Evergreen first because Evergreen gives you insane board control, which is very important. And Freed you want second or third. Chihiro just plop on Dining Hall, I guess. Putting her at Dormitory actually isn't that bad. Wouldn't be that terrible. Making that just a gain 3-1 play. We are going to see Freed. There's Mistigan. Probably going to put a -1 on Mistigan. Could try and put a -1 on Levy to try and get a double -1 on her to make her a free Vanquish. But yeah, putting it on Mistigan's probably better, even though Freed is here for the punch. We're going to see the gain 3. Did he get the other murder weapon? Nope, he's got Betrayal, though. He's going to use his ability, and he did get Byakuya. Thankfully, he has the surveillance camera for the move here, so that's very lucky. Yeah. I don't know why. I see people do this a lot. They put Makoto at Gymnasium. I don't know why they do that. I think he should have played Leon to Dormitory, or actually thinking about it, Chihiro to the bottom Fate wasn't bad at all, but actually Chihiro to Dormitory would have been better to block Byakuya kill, because now the 2 5-strengthers are out of the game, which those 2 5-strengthers are usually a big problem in Showdown for Monokuma. So I think that was a bit of a mistake on Quantum's part. I think that was a bit of a mistake on his part, not trying to protect Byakuya, because if there was a hero at every location, then Byakuya wouldn't have been a valid target for Kyoko. So that's really good for Azure, a bit of a misplay on Quantum's part. Even if he played Makoto over Leon, he should have put Makoto at Dormitory. And I don't know why you throw Makoto over at the far left. I see people do that every now and then. I gotta ask someone why they do that. Why do you want him there? We're gonna see a Thunder Legion that gets Gray out and blows up Levy. And this is really good if he can get his hands on a Lightning Body. Lightning Body kills at outskirts are the things that that Loxus loves most. Going over the dining hall, all he can do is gain 1. Chihiro here is killer, so he can just gain 1 and use his ability and then Fate. We are going to see Hifumi, which is really good for Azure. It's just a 1-coster to then kill Chihiro with. And this Fate is going to be Urza and Fairy Law, probably Urza to that top Fate. Quantum could really get some momentum going here. He's got to be pretty quick with the kills if he wants to outspeed Monokuma, and that is typically how Monokuma loses games, is being outsped. Is it going to be Lightning Body kill? He really needs to get Big Slow and a Soul Doll out because his big problem now is he doesn't have any power. It's going to be a Gloating, actually. Gray's probably not going anywhere, so he can wait on the Gray kill. Celeste is perfect here. Celeste to Dormitory, take away that 1 power. This is perfect because, never mind, actually. He can still get it with the gain 3 double play, 1 for Motive, 1 for Class Trial. For some reason, I thought that he needed 4 power to do that, but he's still able to do it. Does he have it? He has the Motive. That was very lucky for Azure. That was very lucky for Azure to get Hifumi there. That was the only 1 Strength 3 he could have pulled as well. He's going to ability again, and he's going to get Hina, so Hina can very easily kill someone. He's going to try and use Hina to move Sakura out of the top Fate with Hina's ability. We're going to see a Gloating for 6 here. Monokuma is moving this timer down really fast. He hasn't used Junko or Alter Ego yet. So Quantum really either needs to put some serious Fate pressure on here to try and force a very... I think it's too late to try and... There are too many Fates that would have to happen. He needs to rush his objective. He's got to start outspeeding him really quick here. Whoa. Someone DC'd, so we're probably going to take a little pause here. Azure must have crashed or something. I don't have a whole lot to talk about with this board state, so I'll probably just do a little jump cut here, chat. I'll see you again in a minute. I think we're back. Oh, they're resetting the colors. But I think we're good to go, hopefully. Let's see. In just a moment. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we're not back. Maybe I started talking again for no reason. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. All right, we're back in this. We're back in this. Azure just finished resolving Gloating. Or not Azure, sorry, Quantum. So now he's going to continue his turn here. And what are we going to see? What are we going to see? We're going to see Thought Projection thrown down. Really want to put Thought Projection there? I normally put it at Magnolia Streets first, because then you can pivot it to the top Fate or Outskirts. He can hear me? He can hear me? You typically want to use it to Outskirts, but sometimes you want it for the top 8. And we are going to see Big Slow here, which is very important. That's going to pull Gajeel. Black Steel Gajeel. Do we have any Soul Dolls? Put a -1 on Urza. So now Evergreen can get the Urza kill. And we will see a Soul Doll straight to Urza. The only thing that Quantum really doesn't want to see is a Fate that plays Mira Jane. Well, that sucks. Azure has been getting crazy Fates this set. Just some really crazy Fates. And we're going to see a Connections thrown down. And that'll be that turn. What do we got here, Quantum? He is going to go to Outskirts. Do we have a Lightning Body? Lightning Body is perfect here. That's the exact counter that Quantum needed. Then we'll see a Fate, and it's going to pull Taka and Toko. You probably just play Taka. Could put him at Dormitory. Could put him at Dining Hall, to be honest. But I think you definitely play him over Toko here. I don't think there's any point in putting him in at Gymnasium when Makoto is already there, to be honest. But that puts Hina up to 4 strength, which is really good. And all the others are up 1 except Makoto. But very useful indeed. Don't forget to Clash Gray! No, what are you doing? Alright, Quantum. Alright, buddy. Maybe he didn't clash him on purpose, but I can't fathom a reason why. I don't see why you wouldn't just punch him. We are going to see the, he had a Revel in Despair to get the extra 2 power from these 2 schemes to still be able to motive Hina. That Miss Gray kill is going to hurt. Or maybe he did it just because there's no point in doing... I guess he's going to go Fate now. Okay. I guess he didn't... If it was on purpose and not a mistake, it's because he didn't want to take a Cardia turn. Instead, he wanted to go take a Fate turn and do some shenanigans. Oh, he's going to actually Lightning Dragon Roar Urza. That's such a waste of Lightning Body. He really should have punched Gray. Yeah, he killed someone this turn, so there was no reason not to punch Gray. It must have been a mistake. It's just played from the discard pile. Go for it, bro. What do we got here? I guess you just play Mondo to the... No, you can't play Mondo to the top Fate because that gives the kill on Hina. Now Hina has the easy kill. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do that personally. Because now if he has Class Trial, he just gets to get the kill this turn. Oh, no, he doesn't because of Taka. Never mind, it's safe. Never mind, I'm wrong. Taka's out. Taka's so hard to remember, man. There's the cat. That makes a 5-string Mirror Jane. You got to get a Stone Gaze on her ASAP. There's no other way to deal with that. Not really. And we are going to see the Alter Ego on Sakura. Going to Magnolia. What have you got? What have you got? What do we have this turn? Discarding Dragon Force. There's the Stone Gaze on Mirror Jane. Do we have a Thunder Legion as well? Oh, Lightning Dragon Roar on Gajeel. I'd kill Mystigan. Yeah, kill Mystigan here. Although I think Natsu is coming up. It might actually be better to kill Gajeel because you're not going to be moving to Outskirts with a form on. Really. But hey, a kill's a kill. It sure would be nice if Gray was dead too. But, you know, what do I know? Gonna use the move action with Hina and then probably bring along Mondo, actually. But still, Hina can't get the kill here because of Taka. Deciding against it, thinking differently. Oh, you know what he wants to do is he wants to get another move action. He's going to kill Sakura in 1 turn. Because next he moves to Sakura. Sakura loses. Well, actually, no. Sakura will still be alive because of Taka. We're going to see a Greed thrown out and then a big draw. And we are just going to go see the kill on Gajeel here. Get that down 1. And then you can replay Bixlow to get rid of Mirror Jane. Won't get anything down lower, but it's going to open everything up and get another hero out, which is really good. Get a Soul Doll. You need that power gain right now. Honestly, I probably would have played the Soul Doll straight to Mirror Jane. You're not reshuffling anytime soon. He's going to play out a hero first. Lucy and Loki. And then blow up Mirror Jane with Stone Gaze trigger. Gain that 2. Play a card. Kitty. Oh, Secrets trigger there? Or no, Connections, I mean. Choose a card from a discard pile. Oh, because he played the Soul Doll, right. Yeah. Then he gets to gain 2 and play a card. What does this one do? I don't know. I didn't see what card Azure put in hand, but I'm sure it was useful for him. And he just played out another Soul Doll for more power gain. Hopefully he has another Lightning Body in hand to get that Gray kill that he missed earlier now. Hina is still too weak due to Taka to kill Mondo or Celeste. We're going to see Junko thrown out, which is going to get a -2 on whatchamacallit. He could have killed Sakura this turn by moving there, but he wouldn't get to Fate. He could have gone there and played Junko and then moved Hina with like Celeste or Mondo in. And there's Natsu, always a pain. So after killing these 2 heroes, Quantum will be back to 4 resolve. He's 4 heroes shy right now. He is very behind. Azure has had some very strong fates with the Natsus and the Happies and the Halibut and the etc. Going to Magnolia Streets here. Must not have the lightning body to punch Gray. I'm not really sure who has this game right now. I favor it towards Azure because Loxus still has a lot of killing to do. And Azure only has... He's going to get a token off of Junko, so he only has one more hero play in Murder to do. We're going to see a Thunder Legion, which is going to trigger Juvia is perfect here. Perfect. That's the kind of thing that Quantum really needs right now. Yeah, then trigger the Stone Gaze and the Soul Dolls before you trigger Bixlow here. Get 2 power, draw 2, and then replay one of the Soul Dolls. Don't forget to move the Resolve down to 6, I think it should be at. Yeah, it should be at 6, I'm pretty sure. And then there goes Juvia. And that was his turn. And it does trigger Greed for 3 power for him. What are we going to see Azure do this turn? He is going to go over here to get rid of, whatchamacallit. Get rid of Sakura. Because he moves Hina, and then that lets him move in someone else with Hina. Going to be Mondo. And then Mondo should get his strength there. Moved if he has a strength 4 or less, you may have... Oh, no, it's a May. Never mind, it's a May. I didn't realize it was a May. That gets rid of Sakura, though, but Mondo is still too strong to be killed by Hina. Man, it sure would be nice if Leon was on board and Makoto and Hope Lives On were both in this Fate deck right now. It would put Azure in a really rough spot. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, he's deciding not to move there himself. He's deciding to do it from there. This isn't any illegal information or anything, so this is fair to do. I think that Sakura should be at -6, though. Oh, they're, like, rewinding a bunch of stuff. Yeah, -2. And then... Are we not doing the move thing? Are we doing some plays? Murder Weapon Class Trial, maybe? Oh, Announcement Time Taka, and then Class Trial. You probably kill Taka here. I would think. Throwing out of Murder Methods. Oh, does he not have the Class Trial? Yeah, it's 2 card plays, so he must not have the Class Trial. I'm not sure if a Fate could really do a whole lot here. I don't remember who's in here, but we're just going for a Cardia turn. Does really need to speed up these kills. Gray is finally going to die. Needs 3 more hero plays. Unfortunately, this Thought Projection is not going to leave Outskirts untouched. It does trigger Murder Methods with the total amount of power gain. It's just going to be used to play Secrets out. Then we'll see Bixlow come out. I don't think that Secrets is going to trigger this turn because presumably Evergreen is going to be used on the Stone Gaze. We'll get an Urza, and then Lucy and Loki die. Did get rid of Fairy Law, which is good. Would have preferred seeing Happy there. But it is what it is. Needs to kill Urza and needs 2 more heroes on board. Words. 6 power. Natsu can't be played as well. Happy could come out, which would be a big problem. But Natsu is already in play. So. And then we're going to see well-laid plans. Well-laid plans. Bros, when bros be desperate for Stone Gazes, man. Yeah, immediately take that play back. Play Gloating is 1,000 times better at what well-laid plans does. I cannot believe this man almost played well-laid plans. I would have been clowning on him for the rest of this video. Oh man. Don't play well-laid plans. Don't, bro. I know well-laid plans can give you back Stone Gaze specifically. Maybe all of his Stone Gazes are in the discard pile, but you're better off, like, gloating and then reshuffling faster, in my humble opinion. I see what's going to happen here. So that is going to kill Sakura. And then Class Trial into killing Taka. Yep. I'm thinking this is definitely... Getting a top Fate here, especially, is definitely looking good for Monokuma. Definitely looking good for Monokuma. And then it's going to be Happy on Urza. Honestly, nah, you play Happy on Urza. There's a world where you Mira Jane to Cardia here, because I think it'll slow him down more overall. We did get Hope Lives On here, which is very good for Quantum. I don't remember. I think it's Toko and Leon in here. You probably want to Fate here. And it does trigger well-laid plans, which is super funny. You probably want to, you did take the Stone Gaze. You probably want to Fate here to play Toko yourself as a 5-strengther instead of letting, Azure do some shenanigans. But actually, he's just going to go for the double play to try to really rush here. I know he's gonna figure out what's in there. I'm pretty sure it's Toko and Leon. Man, it would be really good if it was Toko and Makoto in there, and then Azure could potentially lose a 50-50 on playing Hero, and instead get Makoto instead. I still just don't understand why Makoto was the play over Leon there. It still boggles my mind. I'm gonna see a Dark Ecriture discard, Soul Doll discard. Better not be discarding that Soul Doll unless you have 2 cards to play, bucko. A Gloating, good card. And then I guess you can go ahead and throw that Stone Gaze on Natsu. Well, throwing out a Lightning Body, actually. Fair enough. Azure is going to go to Dormitory here. And he is going to get Toko. Yeah, I think Azure's got this. I struggle to see Quantum playing and killing. And then immediate motive into punishment on Juko. Oh, yeah, it's over. It's over, bros. I struggle to imagine a world where Quantum plays 3 heroes, kills 3 heroes, and kills Urza and Natsu when Monokuma can effectively Fate every turn now. I struggle to imagine. Well, Gloating for 4 here. What is Quantum? You should at least Gloating before you think about what you're going to try and do with your turn. You don't know what your hand is yet. You won't know what your hand is until you resolve Gloating. Did they forget that Gloating is in play? I swear, if he keeps looking at his hand and then he tries to move his mover without realizing that Gloating is in play, I don't think it matters. I think Monokuma has this unlocked. Okay, no, he is going to draw. Why did he wait so long to do that? He's probably trying to think of a way that he could, like, a world where he could possibly get 3 hero kills and kill 2 5-strengthers in the next, like, Monokuma wins in, like, 3, maybe 4 turns. Assuming Monokuma has Mastermind or some other shenanigans. Thunder Legion Bixlow back into position, pulls Levy. Don't look in your villain deck. Gets the Soul Doll. Then you're going to kill with Bixlow and then move Bixlow back in with the Thought Projection. Maybe I spoke too soon, because no, he's not going to get 2. Well, no. If he has, like, a Lightning Dragon Roar, he could maybe get a kill here. -1 on Urza. You shouldn't put the -1 on Urza immediately. You might want to put the -1 on whoever Freed pulls. Never mind, it's Juvia. You put the -1 on Urza. You put the fries in the bag. Oh, wait, did he take his turn? No, he didn't. No, I think he just shuffled something. I think Secrets triggered and he drew cards. He had to reshuffle his deck and draw cards. I missed that. My bad. And then we're seeing another -1 on Natsu. Oh, no, he had an Evergreen trigger from before. Okay, when the Thunder Legion happened. That's what that first -1 was. I see. I still don't see him being able to do this fast enough, to be honest. Why? Just to make sure that he keeps his top fate open? Double counter magic. That's the kind of turn that that Quantum desperately needs right now. No heroes. Happy is in play, so no Happy, obviously. There's a Thunder Legion right there. Quantum needs, like... His counter magic doesn't matter. He can easily pay 2 for whatever it is. It stops Dark Ecriture hitting Juvia this turn, if he was potentially going to do that, which he might have done if he had a Dark Ecriture in hand to play. It does look like that's what it's going on. And we're going to see a big discard from Azure here. He just Sorry, tickle my throat. He just, he needs to draw Mastermind immediately so he can start clashing all of these. There's no high strength heroes at all. Everyone is 3 or lower. That Byakuya misplay at the very start of the game has, I think is going to really cost Quantum here. Might even cost him the game. That gets rid of Lightning Body for a gain 1 move. Nope, going to Magnolia instead and keeping the Lightning Body. If he has a Battle Invite, if he could Battle Invite would potentially be good here. If he could Battle Invite into, like, Gray. Yep. Yeah, Battle Invite Gray to your location, so that's another kill. Okay, and then he just has to kill Juvia. And then he has Lightning Body up. It might be possible. It might be possible. I think Azure definitely made a mistake playing Leon himself, because it's not like he can't just play hero anyway. Well, I guess since he's not going to a Fate, next he can play hero to himself. That's going to delay his turns even more. No, play Gray to yourself and punch him this turn. Why do you not use Lightning Body to kill Gray? This is the second time. Why? Why? You could literally just kill Gray for free here and then pay for counter magic and then kill Juvia. No, why are you doing this? No, I think he's throwing. What, maybe I'm missing something? I can't imagine what I'm missing here. Why would you not pay for counter magic so that it's in the shuffle as well? It gets missed again off the top. Holy cow, Azure's fates have been insane this game. He could have paid for counter magic. He could have killed Gray via battle invitation, putting him at himself, punched Gray. He would have entered Showdown this turn, because then he could have just gone, even if he lost Lightning Body, he can just go over here and have freed punch Mystigan. He would be in Showdown this turn, and he would kill Natsu with the... I think he might have thrown the game. He would be in Showdown this turn. If he had played Gray to himself, punched him, he dies. Paid for the counter magic. Dark Ecriture Juvia. He'd be at 1 resolve with Mystigan out. And then if Mystigan gets played here, then Freed punches Mystigan. If Mystigan gets played over here, then you just need to do a Thunder Legion. Yeah, I think Thunder Legion would be the only thing that could get him out of immediately killing Mystigan if Mystigan's all the way over there. But you also might get a, if you have another Battle Invite, that could be an option to put someone into a kill. Because he'd have a card play here as well. And then he gets to kill Natsu. If he manages to Thunder Legion or Freed, Bixlow, or Evergreen die to murdering someone, then he gets to re-trigger Shenanigans. Did they just put that up twice? Shouldn't that be at 3? Okay, yeah, good. He could have put himself at 1 resolve this turn, no matter where Mystigan goes, and it would have been Showdown if Mystigan goes to somewhere that he can get a kill. Actually, he can get the kill on Natsu. Natsu's at 0, though, so it wouldn't replay Evergreen, unfortunately. Shouldn't have put that -1 on Natsu, but it's hard to pass up on a free kill on Natsu. Plus, you want to get the Stone Gaze trigger. Mystigan being there, oh, that's so... Oh, if he had... I'm dying. Azure probably wouldn't be putting Mystigan there if he had punched Gray and gotten rid of the counter magic on Dark Ecriture. He knows that it would have given him Showdown. But also the Ecriture kill on Juvia would have given you a draw and a gain 1. Maybe you could draw into something that could make it happen. Battle Invite, Thunder Legion. Who knows, man? Who knows? All right, that's the end of his turn. What are we gonna see here, Quantum? Yeah, it's still worth his time to go here and punch Mystigan. I guess I'm down to 2. He's gonna pay 2 for the thing, which I think he should have just done last turn, to be honest. Lightning Dragon Roar, Stone Gaze. So that'll kill Juvia and leave Gray at 0. You use the Soul Doll. You use Evergreen first to get the Soul Doll, gain 1 Shenanigans, and then replay the Soul Doll. Yep, so now you gain 1, draw 1 from Soul Doll, and then Bixlow replays it. And then Natsu and Happy are both on field, so you probably don't bother with Freed here. I don't think there's really a reason to. We're going to see a boredom. Oh, he just ended his turn there. Well, any number of playing a Form or a Lightning Dragon Roar will get Quantum, or playing a Thunder Legion will get Quantum into Showdown. There's Mastermind. Throwing out another Greed with the Mastermind play, and then he's going to be able to punch Sayaka. He really just needs to draw some, just keep punching someone every turn and draw some motives. Oh, he's choosing to play Boredom instead? Choosing to play Greed still. He doesn't, the thing is he doesn't need a lot of power. But the Greed would be nice because then he could do the motives from over here. Levy. Should have triggered that Dark Ecriture earlier. Should have triggered that Dark Ecriture earlier. I don't know why he waited a turn to do it. Because now Levy blocks it. Azura has gotten like the he's gotten like the fate he wants to see about every time. The Mystigan into Lightning Body ended up not mattering really, but still. Well, I'm just gonna see Hero played here just to cover the top fate for the sake of covering it. Unfortunately, though, because of greed, Azure, if he has a motive in hand, which I'm fairly certain he does, or actually he can just trigger Betrayal if he really wants to. Azure can fate if he wants to. Playing a Gloating here, not looking too hot. Quantum came really close to pulling this back. Remember, like, 8 turns ago when he could have punched Gray, but he just didn't for some reason? Please punch Gray. I don't care that the Dark Ecriture is there. Punch Gray, for the love of all that is holy. Oh my goodness, he finally did it, chat. There is hope in this life. Does he have... I don't think he has Game on... Does he have Game on board? It depends on what cards are in his hand, but Azure is going to be able to fate here. He might still be able to pull this out. We are going to see the motive and the move, and Hero didn't get a scheme. And then just throw out Boredom with Ultimate Despair. Mira Jane. Don't think he's going to have a way to kill Mira. It would just mean he'd need Stone Gaze in hand, basically. Or, yeah, he'd need Stone Gaze. Stone Gaze to deal with Mira here. He can kill Levy and then just re-trigger Freed to put Freed at the 4-strength Urza, because with Happy Urza's 4-strength, and set up another person to kill. Potentially. Man, Mira is again probably the worst fate Quantum could get hit with here. I feel like he's been getting hammered by rough fate after rough fate. Such is the way of the Loxus, I suppose. It is going to be Cardia. Gain 2, play card, move, and vanquish. Yep, get the vanquish on Levy. Do you have a Stone Gaze? With how slow he was going about taking this turn, I doubt it, because if he does have a Stone Gaze, this is the most brain-dead turn of all time. You just Stone Gaze Mira, then replay Freed, get into Showdown. He's going to try... Does he have a Lightning Dragon Roar, maybe? Is he going to try and pull a 3 or a 2-strengther? I don't know if we know for sure what's coming up in this. But he can play Lightning Dragon Roar if he has it. Lucy and Loki. Well, he can put a -1 on him and punch him. Lightning Dragon? Oh, calm down. He is going to get into Showdown, but he has a lot of murder to do. One more. There you go. He has a lot of murder to do, and he cannot punch any of these people because none of them are 3. All of them are, well, except Natsu. Natsu 0. But Mira Jane, I keep forgetting he has a Stone Gaze and a -1. Urza and Mira Jane are both at 4. You're going to see a motive on Celeste. You probably just go ahead and punch Sayaka here, because then you can set up game, potentially. 5-strength Godjiel. Juvia doesn't do anything. Take away the double play seems fine. Fading does like nothing here, so yeah, I would cover Magnolia. Well, no, if you cover Magnolia and then he has like an Evergreen replay, then that's not good for you. Because then he can punch Godjiel while gaining 3 and playing like Thunder Legion. I really don't think that Quantum's going to be able to do this quick enough. Although without a camera at Gymnasium... No, he has Betrayal, so he has game on board if he drew Punishment. He goes to Dormitory, uses Ultimate Despair to move Makoto to him, plays Punishment on Leon. So I think that Quantum actually does have to Fate here to extend the game for one more turn, but I don't think it's going to matter if he does. Just going to throw out a Gloating in Fate, play Sayaka. Because I don't think Azure can get 3 kills this turn. I think he can only get 2. Actually, because it's Sayaka, he can still win if he has Motive. Motive, go here, gain 3, Motive Sayaka for 1. Activate Betrayal with ability to move Makoto into the clash. Pay 3 for Punishment. If he has Motive and Punishment, that's game. It doesn't matter where you put Sayaka, because she gets motived. Does Azure have that combo in hand, or perhaps another combo that I don't know because I don't play Monokuma all that much? I think I've played Monokuma maybe like once or twice since we released Bloodbath. I really don't play him that often. It's probably because I never played Danganronpa, so I'm not super interested. No, he must not have it. He's going to gain a power by moving Celeste and trigger connections? There's no way Loxus with 0 power can get 4 kills, especially with no Ecriture showed up, or lined up, so. There's the motive. Gain another 1. He already moved Celeste for 1, and then just Fate. You may as well just play Fairy Law, who cares? This is game over, it doesn't matter. I do not think there's anything that will allow Quantum to get 4 kills this turn. I do not think it's possible. He can't even afford to use Freed to kill Urza and then move Thought Projection, even if there wasn't a counter magic on it, so. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say because I think this game is just over. There are like no heroes left for Monokuma, so. I think Quantum could have won this if he had more actively been punching Gray in those Lightning Body battle invite turns. Because if he could have gotten into Showdown just 1 and maybe even 2 turns faster, he might have been able to clean this up fast enough. Wait a minute, maybe he's going to prove me wrong. This is going to kill Natsu. And then he'll be able to punch Godjiel. But I don't think he can kill Mira or Urza, let alone both of them. Yeah, move Bixlow over because you want to vanquish Urza. Soldal, gain 1, draw 1. On the Natsu kill. And then you just punch Godjiel. He didn't even punch Godjiel for some reason. It doesn't matter, it's game over. Especially because he got to put a motive in hand there. But I'm pretty sure he had punishment. Motive and then punch Makoto. Yep, that's game. So that's going to be a 2-1 victory for Azure. Whew, man, those games went longer than I thought they would. I hate to say it, but I think Quantum, he kind of threw a little bit on those Lightning Body not punching Gray turns. Maybe I was missing something on those turns. I definitely don't think I was missing something on that turn where he could have paid 2 for Dark Ecriture like a turn earlier to try and blow up Gray or Juvia. Or no, it would have been, or it would have blown up Juvia because that's how Juvia works. But that is going to be game. Azure is going to be moving on in the tournament. Good games from both players. And yeah, we'll be seeing who... Actually, wait a minute. Or is this the other bottom right one? Do we actually... last game was D. Gessner versus Saltjar, and D. Gessner won. I think that this is the game of them matching up, right? So this is going to be Azure versus D. Gessner, unless I'm forgetting the bracket. You know what? Let's go over to the bracket and take a look and see if I'm right or not. And so with that 2-1 victory, Azurehorizon will be moving on to round 2. Sadly, DrQuantum, third place last year, has lost in round 1 this year, but still great games. We hope to see him back next year. This means that Azure is up against D. Gessner next time, although we've got quite a ways to go before we get to the round 2 games, because we still have 6 round 1 games with many great competitors to go. So look forward to that. And we will catch you next time for more Anime Villainous Tournament Arc 2026. Until then, farewell.